Is it uncomfortable enough? Anyways, welcome back to the Games Talk Live podcast. I just wanted to stare in your soul like somebody. Like, no, never mind. Anyways, Holly, that blue number will be my co-host this week because Hargeet could not make it. He's having to work on LA time, so he's not here. But again, Holly's a good co-host, so she's here. Thank you for being here, Holly. How was your week? Like, did you do anything special?
I did a couple things. I don't know if it's worth talking about, but I did go to LA and I met some people and talked to some people and saw a few things I can't talk about. And yeah, I did some stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a good time. What'd you do, Fonz?
Well, as I do every weekend, I sat down. I read a great book. It was a novel. Read through the whole thing. And it was called How Not to Be an Xbot. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I did not read anything. Look, what I did was the same thing. I went out to LA just as you, and what an amazing time. What an amazing time, people. So we not only started off with a great dinner amongst many friends that we don't get to see often. We see them but once a year, it seems, like it's becoming a regular thing. And I have to say that for me, okay, and I know for you, it's this as well, Holly. For many of us in the community, just being there amongst the community is amazing. Flat out amazing. Like just being with friends that we talk to all the time. So that first dinner is always really special. And of course, then the next day we had SGF. We had Summer Games Fest, which we attended. It was very good. And we'll get into all that as well. We're going to get into all kinds of stuff, and we're going to tell some stories and stuff because I'm sure Holly has some, I have some, and some of them are funny. Some of them are not so funny. But in the end, so, well, no, not certain ones, Holly. Come on. No, that's obvious. There's certain ones that we can't talk about. Anyways, there's people like Fark listening, and he likes to spread rumors. We can't talk to Fark. BT, what's up? Dead Time, what's up? Thank you for becoming a member. By the way, speaking of memberships, I made a new membership tier in there. It's level 0, basically 99 cents. So if anybody wants to support the channel, feel free, support the channel there, starting at $1. So anyways, that's the lowest I could go. So I did it because I was like, who am I? Why should I be charging top dollar for people to support? Like, I'm nobody. And that was apparent this weekend when I got shunned from everybody in the industry. No, I didn't. I actually talked to a lot of people in there. Anyways, there's different levels, Sathius. That's, I think, level 4
It only shows the one level, Fonz.
It only shows one level? There should be
the
$5
one.
Really? Why does it show that way? I changed it today. That's so I don't understand. I'll try to fix it.
That's to gift. I don't know if it's different if gifting is a separate thing that you have to change.
I have to go into there and look at that, guys. I apologize. Anyways, that's not we'll figure that out. But this weekend was a lot of fun. I met, of course, with Cultist of Eastwood. He was there. His wife was there. Always a pleasure. Met Yodani and his, I met him 2 years ago. We all hung out at FanFest 2 years ago. But this time he brought his wife. Pleasure meeting her. She was a sweet, sweet woman. So both of them are just amazing. Cute couple. Had a blast, actually, with Yodani at the theater. My God, he's a funny guy. So anyways, what I want to talk about right now anyway and it'll probably bore you to tears, that blue number.
Okay.
Okay. There was a Nintendo Direct.
There was today. Yes.
I don't know if you like Nintendo. I don't know if you like the Switch. Do you have a Switch too?
I do.
Because now you
I
got
like
more
Nintendo.
games coming. So, okay.
Finally.
So it seems like they have a lot of third-party games
Remakes?
coming now.
Do they have
So
remaster?
third-party games are finally hitting.
Okay.
You have Devil May Cry 5 coming, finally. Liza P, the complete edition. You have games like Onimusha, Way of the Sword, coming to the Switch 2. Rayman's Legends Retold is also coming to the Switch 2. They announced, not only are we getting the Kingdom Hearts collection and all that stuff and Dragon's Dogma 2, but for they're actually coming out with the new Kingdom Hearts. I think it's 4 now, right? Kingdom Hearts 4. And
Yes.
a lot of people are excited about that. Are you
they are.
excited about Kingdom Hearts 4?
I don't care about Kingdom Hearts at all. I've tried. I even watched somebody
Yeah.
play one of the Kingdom Hearts, thinking, okay, maybe I'll see something, like maybe this will be for me. Let me watch. And I just didn't get it. It's sorry guys. It's a little too Eastern, like Japanese style for me. For me personally, if you like those games, then I'm very, very happy for you, because I know there's a huge community for
Wow.
Kingdom Hearts. Not my jam though.
Abdel in the chat, huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. So he's excited for 4.
Wow.
He says Kingdom Hearts 2 is his favorite game of all time.
That's a big one.
So there you go.
Big statement.
But so amongst them was also a game, Star Fox, we've seen that. The Splatoon Raiders is a game coming out, I guess the new Splatoon game. Fire Emblem. Some people like Fire Emblem, so this is Fortune's Weave. It's a brand new anime. Excuse me, can't even talk. My voice is gone too. And that's not because of yelling, guys. Honestly, it's just talking loud over other people at a bar for the last 4 nights. And no, I did not drink. I don't really drink. But talking loud for 4 nights until like 2 a.m. It just killed my voice. So you got Fire Emblem. It's a brand new anime styled trailer, I guess they showed. So that's cool for some people. I know my son likes Fire Emblem. But for me, I know they had Xenoblade Genesis and stuff, but for me, it's all about The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time remake. Now, when I tell you, I was somewhat of a big fan, I wouldn't say fanboy, but a big fan of the Nintendo 64 and Ocarina of Time. I'm not lying. I loved it. I know you drank Dead Time. I saw you there, and we had to talk loud over a lot of people. No, Colt, we're going to talk about Nintendo until this show ends. Anyways, but who doesn't want to play Ocarina of Time? Come on.
I haven't played it, but I hear many, many people say that it is the best Zelda of all of them. So I am excited for this remake.
By the way, Holly and I are twinning today. We got our Fan Fest shirts.
Twinning.
Because we did attend. We did attend. And we will be getting that sweet, sweet green Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bids. I'm taking bids.
I'm taking bids. Highest bidder gets a limited edition 25th anniversary console. Scalping that. No. I'm just playing. Or maybe not. But yeah, look, I love Ocarina of Time. I'm looking forward to that game. I don't own a Switch 2, so I may have to play it in other CD ways, but
are you sure they're not bringing it to Switch? Do you have a regular Switch?
I have a regular Switch, but come on.
Are you sure they're not bringing it there? Like, how could that game be?
Come on, it's the Switch.
But I've seen a lot of games that said Switch and Switch 2.
I know, but it's not the new Switch. Come on.
You should look. It might be there.
Sir, if a lot Fonz are giving away the Xbox. No, I'm not giving away an Xbox. If I sent that Xbox off, it's to somebody paying some good money, because that thing is pretty awesome. Come on now.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it away. But
that was a joke.
anyways, so let's move on from Nintendo. I know a lot of people don't even want to talk about Nintendo. If Hargeet was here, he would talk more about it because Hargeet loves Nintendo. Summer Games Fest. What did we think, Holly? What did you think of the show? Jeff Keighley, what overall thoughts?
So we were there. Started off super duper strong with Resident Evil Veronica, right? That was perfect. They ended with Resident Evil 9 last year. They started with Veronica this year, and it looks fantastic. I'm really excited to see what they did with it. I love Resident Evil though, so it was a big deal for me. Capcom is probably the hottest thing since Sunbird. It's like they really can't miss these days.
They've been doing really well.
Dude, they're pumping out stuff so fast all the time. It's crazy. And they're all good too. I would say overall, I did see a lot of people saying that they thought that this was the best Summer Games Fest ever. I don't agree with that. For me, it was probably like an 7.5, 8 out of 10. And it's mostly due to, like, not every game is for everybody, right? And you can't necessarily judge a show on that. But I felt like a couple things. The first half was heavily weighted towards a person who likes games like in my style. And the second half was a lot of, like, it was primarily Eastern games. I just thought that
which I love. Yeah.
Good for you. The balance was not great, right? They should have been interwoven together. That way everybody kind of felt the back.
Hold up. Pull back a bit. When you say the Eastern games, do you not like those Eastern games? Like which ones were you?
I don't like anime.
Okay, I'm not into anime per se, but like when we're talking about games,
like things like
Wukong, Wolong, things like that.
Those are different, yes. But like there was a lot of anime. I consider Final Fantasy anime. I could give 2 flying Fs about Final Fantasy. I kind of wish it would go away, but I know that I'm in the minority on that, right? I'm very much in the minority. I appreciate that and I understand it. Good for everybody who likes it. But there was a lot.
No, I know you're talking about what you like, though. Yeah, you're talking about what you like.
So my point is that I just wish that everything had been interwoven a little bit better, so that it's like, oh, okay, not for me. Okay, for me. Nah, not so much my style. You know what I mean? It was a little disproportionate to me. And then ending on Final Fantasy to me was not a good. Hi, Lotus. Was not a great idea just because I feel like everybody knows Final Fantasy is coming. And then I felt like the presentation was way too long, especially as the last thing. To me, it would have been better to open with that, right? And then maybe not so much of what's there. But I'm happy for again, don't get mad at me. I'm happy for everybody who likes that. Good for you. But or put it right in the middle.
For you, I love it.
Good for you.
Me myself, it can just go away.
Yeah, please.
I don't care. Are you there? Did you pause? Oh, you did pause for a second. You were like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was just adjusting.
Just for a second.
Anyway, so that's my only point. It's not about types of games. I just thought that the back and forth could have been a little bit better. Because I think people who are interested in all the stuff in the back half probably didn't like resonate maybe as much with the stuff in the first half. So it's kind of a both sides issue, right?
Yeah, no, I could see that. There was a bit of a lull in the middle for me as well.
Yeah.
And then it kind of picked up when they showed the new Stellar Blade game, because I did like Stellar Blade. I thought it was really good. Gameplay, game mechanics, people. I'm not talking about, jiggle physics and all that stuff. It was pretty good too. But anyways, the mechanics, the gameplay, it's really good. It's a good game, Holly. It's honestly a good game. So I liked what they showed. The reason being is because it was like the vibe of the city was more like cyberpunk-esque. I didn't even know it was Stellar Blade at first when they showed it.
I agree with you. I
Um,
didn't know it was Stellar Blade either. And then when I saw it was Stellar
I
Blade, I
thought,
instantly didn't care.
yeah, but it showed a lot. I will say
It was
this:
very
they
interesting looking,
focused
though. It's very
they
cool.
focused less on sexuality and more on the game itself.
But
I
did you
will say
notice they
that.
had the one butt jiggle animation? Did you see
Oh, come
that
on. The
in the
jiggle's got to
middle?
be there. The jiggle's got to be there.
It
Right,
doesn't have
Chet?
to
I mean,
be
it's got
there.
to be there. It's
It
got to
doesn't
be
have
there.
to
It's
be there.
details. I,
She has the
I
body
don't
of a
mind
9-year-old.
jiggle
She's got
physics.
no hips.
Oh, no, don't start that. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're not going there, Ollie.
It's the opposite of what
Um,
Eve was. They went
oh,
flat instead of.
Holly.
But it looked
Oh,
really,
so,
really interesting. I was all in, I was very interested in it until I found out it's Stellar Blade. But
anyways,
yeah.
so that looked really good. They also had okay, so what looked interesting was 1666 Amsterdam. I have to see more on it, but I thought it looked pretty interesting. What did you think about that?
Uh
Do you remember it?
yeah, I do. It did look really interesting. Um okay, this is gonna get people mad too. Um
Uh-oh.
as someone
Uh-oh.
who is someone who has religious background and has religion, right? Like there's always this fine line in looking at things that are a little occulty or whatever, right? That you're kind of like, oh, but it's got that stuff in it. And you're like, so this one was maybe a little bit over the line, but like you said, it looks very
I,
interesting,
it
and I
looks
would like to see
promising.
more. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I would
Same,
like to see
same.
more.
And you had mentioned Code Veronica or Veronica. It was called Code Veronica back in the day when I played it on the Dreamcast. And interestingly enough, it was my favorite Resident Evil in the series back then.
Oh, really?
So for the old ones, I am very much looking forward to this one now.
Are
So
you?
it's funny because the last few Resident Evils, especially the first person ones and everything, didn't really interested me at all, like 7, 8, and
Really? Well, you did
yeah,
play 9.
but nine was incredible. Lots of nostalgia there. Like it felt like a modernized, Resident Evil proper. Like I was into that, Leon in third person was amazing. Freaking Grace was great even in first person because he had that horror aspect. I can't wait to see what they do with Veronica with this remake. That was exciting. That was truly exciting to see. And another game that they teased anyway, when I thought that was getting canceled, and I was just talking to Hargeet about this not too long ago, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. And it coming from Platinum Games, let's fucking go. Like I think that's going to be really good.
Yeah, the trailer was cool, but what is it?
They didn't show
Nobody
anything.
knows.
Okay, so no, we do know. We know the story. I don't want to spoil it for you. But if you know about what happens with the turtles and the last Ronin, if it happens, it will happen. They're going to make this game. It's going to be an incredible game. I cannot wait to play this game. It'll be unlike the other turtle games for sure because of the story, the lore, and what happens. And you can look it up sometime if you want to spoil it yourself. I don't want to spoil it here if people don't know. But it's very good. It's very good. What did you think about Alien? Yeah, Alien Isolation 2. Did you play the first?
Yeah, a bit. I
So
didn't finish it, but
I
Alien
didn't
is
finish it
my
either.
favorite horror franchise, period, by a mile. I love everything Alien, so I was really, really excited for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. If Zucker
Can we
was here,
talk
he'd
about one that
probably.
I was excited for?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
So they started by calling it a game from former Division devs, and I think they said Battlefield maybe, and somebody else. It was called Hex, Haex.
Yes.
and
I
it had that
remember.
weird alien style to it, and it had that, like, monolith that would come up, and it looks like maybe you have to fight up the monolith. So stoked for that game. That game looks ridiculously good. I'm super excited for that one. Again, don't necessarily know what you're doing, but I think you could play single player or you could play in squads. So that one was a big deal to me. Do you even remember that one?
I vaguely remember it, but it wasn't one of those that I was like hyped for myself.
Well, when I force you to play with me, you'll enjoy it a lot.
Oh shoot, just like you forced me to play Ark for a while and I enjoyed it.
Oh, you loved Ark. And then you
I
took off of
enjoyed
my
it.
blueprints and disappeared forever.
You know, I need to give you those. You probably have all that stuff now. It's all
I did
old
the
shit.
wipe every time.
But I did. So guys, I'm playing Ark with her, and we're like, because I planned on continuing, but then I just quit. But she was like, "Hey, can you hold on to my blueprints? Because I'm going to start over, and you're not." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool." And then I forgot about it. I totally like
You went to PoE.
deleted the game and went to PoE 2, deleted the
He
game,
was like, I'll be
and
back.
then
This is my forever
like
multiplayer.
I remember like a few weeks later, you're like, "Hey, you got my blueprints. What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't even have the game downloaded anymore." But
Mhm.
bad friend, bad friend.
Bad friend. Let's talk about Gen Atlas.
What'd you
That
think
one.
of Gen Atlas?
That one looked really cool. I have no
Well,
idea what you're gonna do, but that's the one. Do you remember that one? If you haven't
this
seen it,
one,
that
I'm
one is
looking
the
them up
one with the
now as we're
giant
talking,
mechs,
just so I
and you're
remember.
like, it almost
Yeah,
has like that Star Wars sand people vibe, right? You're this person, and then you get like up on there's like scenes where you're up on top of the mech and you're like shooting down at enemies coming at you.
so it's kind of like a Tusken Raider vibe for you.
Kinda, but also with
Yeah,
some mech fighting and stuff too. It looks cool.
I'm gonna say something that a lot of people aren't gonna like here. You
Hmm.
know, I'm not a big fan of mech games.
I'm not either, actually, but I thought this looked good.
Like even back in the day, I wasn't very big on Mech Assault or Steel Battalion and all these games, and or like any of the like Gundams and stuff like that.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly, me
Just
neither.
not
But
big on
this
it.
one just has a different vibe. But we'll
I
see,
know I'm
right? We
bad,
need to
people.
see more gameplay, but I found it really interesting.
Maybe I need to expand my horizons and try some of those games instead of just saying, "Oh, I don't like it," you know. Because I do have a habit of doing that at times. I do. And I admit when I do it, like I'll just see something and go, "Oh, that doesn't really appeal to me." And I don't try it. And
Mhm.
other people will be gushing about it. And I could possibly like it. Who knows?
Well, that was
But
Arc Raiders. Remember, you got it like a week after it came out or something like that. You were like, I don't know. And then everybody was playing it. You're like, okay. And then you loved it
yep,
for that
yep,
2 months that you played.
it, yep. I never said, never played it, never enjoyed it. I don't have that clip anymore by MBG, but I remember taking that years ago on RDX because it was wild. He was talking about Halo and he was like, never played it, never enjoyed it. I'm like, of course you haven't enjoyed it if you haven't played it. Like, doesn't that go hand in hand? Like,
Mm.
obvious? Maybe. I don't
Uh,
know.
BT Gen Atlas reminds me of Shadow of Colossus. Yes, because it was made by the same devs who made Shadow of the Colossus. So that's probably why.
There you go, BT. Look at
Probably why.
that. Oh, I didn't even post that it was live on Twitter. Oh, no wonder I didn't get any Twitter folk coming over. And some people are like, I didn't know you were live. It
What
happens, people.
about
I have brain farts.
Stranger Than Heaven
Stranger
with
Than
you?
Heaven. We got to talk about this, people.
That's
Some
a thing.
controversy going on, and I'm kind of I'm of two minds on it. So Stranger Than Fiction originally had like Snoop Dogg in the game, right?
Heaven.
And we
Stranger
all
Than Heaven.
saw Stranger Than Heaven, yeah. Snoop Dogg was in it. And Snoop Dogg came out on stage after the trailer and talked about it because I guess Tupac is in the game. We all saw that surprise. And at first I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then I started thinking about it and I did a little digging and I'm like, well, it's kind of a gross thing. Using his likeness. This is just my opinion. In a game after he's gone and he's not with us and his family members don't have anything to do with this. His sister doesn't have anything to do with his estate. It's actually a, what do you call it? Publishing company that owns his estate that are allowing this to happen. It's kind of gross. It's kind of gross because basically they could do whatever they want with your likeness then. And it's just like no family there really to put a stop to it or anything. I don't care for that. That's kind of odd. That's a weird one for me. I don't know, Holly. Maybe you feel differently.
It is a tough thing. We're kind of in this weird era where technology has kind of started putting us in these like moral quandaries, right? With like Michael Jackson and his hologram. I didn't like that one. I thought that one was a little weird. But then with this one, and I actually didn't mind at all. I thought it was actually pretty cool that they brought him back now, knowing that his family, which is just his sister remaining, right? I think you said, doesn't like it. I'm like, that's unfortunate. But at the, I don't know, but at the same time, right? Like we're just in this age where we're going to start seeing people who have passed on be still a part of culture, right? Like even if you think about the Star Wars movies, right? When they did that to the general who had died years ago, he was in the movie and he was younger and they put him in and he had the same voice, looked just like him, like everything. Even, I don't know. So I kind of have mixed feelings about this. But I think it's kind of cool, and at least like it's a tie-in with Snoop Dogg. It's just not totally random out of the blue, and there's no, you know, former like friend or anything else. I don't know. It's weird. I get
at first I had that reaction. I had that reaction at first. Cool, I was like, cool. Right. And then when I read about it, I was like, I don't like it.
But it might also
I'm not going to play the game based on that alone. So it's just
you've decided to not play the game based just on this?
Yeah, I think it's gross. I think it's something that they shouldn't do.
That's tough. I don't know. It's also a thing of, you heard that the family doesn't care for it. But is it because they don't have the financial rights to what's happening, or is it truly because of, you know, like?
Well, I mean, just to think that a publication that owns his estate rather than family, like it sucks, man. That's like,
and how did that? But then how did that wind up like that though? Like, did the family sell off?
I know his mom. I know his mom held on to his estate after he had passed, but when she had passed, I think it just went to the publishing company. And I wonder if that was like in some sort of clause or something, like if she were to pass. I wonder if that was it, because I can't see a mom going, no, you can keep this, instead of giving it to her, you know, daughter. Or
I think maybe I don't know. I would assume that if it had passed from family to the publishing agency, that they sold it, right? So then if you sell off the rights, then do you really have a right to come out and speak against the stuff either? I don't know.
If they sold it like that, I think that would be different. I think that would be different. But I'm not sure on how the logistics of that happened. They just took it for free,
though.
Yeah, no. But I'm wondering if there was something in contracts that they signed with his mom. I have no clue, and I don't want to really speculate. At the end of the day, that's just my feelings on it right now, based on what, you know, I've read.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Yeah.
That's all. One of the games that I'm looking most forward to on this stage, though, because there was quite a few, was Blood Message. Blood Message looks incredible. And to me, it kind of it reminds me of like Onimusha meets Ghost of Tsushima in a way. But on a higher level, like the graphics and just it looks so good from what they showed. The narrative, it looks really heavy on the narrative, and I love that aspect about it. This is one that honestly was top of the show for me, was Blood Message.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm really looking for that. Aside from The Last Ronin, Last Ronin's up there. And by the way, speaking of The Last Ronin, I don't want this to go away. And I'm going to get to the super chats too. Biff Rinaldi, member for 42 months. Thank you very much. He said, Last Ronin is day one, no question. He knows the lore. We've talked about it before. It's such an incredible story. And I can't freaking wait for that. Let's go ahead and get these two. Woggerman, 55059. He's just Woggerman to me. Simply Woggerman. He's actually Alex to me. Alex, thank you very much for the 10. Thank you. So generous. He says, hey guys, miss everyone already. Crazy that we got showcases from all three platform holders and SGF. Closest thing we've had to an E3 level week in a long time. Lots of great games to look forward to. Amen. Amen, brother. It has felt more like E3. It's felt like E3 in many ways, not just because of the showcases, but now we know Xbox is playing ball. Xbox is competing again. And holy shit. And we'll get into that when we talk about the Xbox stuff. Hopefully we'll get our guests here and everything by then, and we can have a big discussion on all that, because there's a lot of nuance to that conversation. There's a lot to be said. And there's a lot of things I've heard, Holly's heard, things that, we can't say with our whole chest and say this is going to happen, but a lot of rumors were being talked about at the showcase, after the showcase, from some good people. So we have to talk about some of this stuff because it's important. Lotus Esprit, thank you very much for the 10. Very kind of you. That blue number can do no wrong. Every time, whatever podcast you're on, I can count on Lotus being there saying that blue number can do no wrong.
Lotus is such an amazing community member. Thank you, Lotus.
Yep. So with that said, so let me ask you then, what was your favorite out of that whole show? Was it that mech game or no? Oh, I know what it is. Don't even say it. Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. That's what you loved.
Mm-hmm. Fawn's got me.
No?
Out of Summer Games Showcase? Or sorry, Summer Games Fest, particularly.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Summer Games.
Okay. It had to be, and I'm just like looking through the list just to make sure, because we also didn't talk about Crossfire, which I thought looked really good too.
Yep.
But it's probably between and Lords of the Fallen 2 looked flippin' fire, man.
See, I'm not a fan of Lords of the Fallen. I didn't play the first one. I tried it, never enjoyed it.
I didn't play the first one, but dang it, that second one looked really good. For me personally, it's between Hex and Veronica.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Cuphead announcement? Cuphead 2 is coming, cool. And they announced Mighty Adventure 8-bit.
The Mighty Adventures
looks cool.
Super excited for that one. That was such a great idea to take Cuphead and put it in like a Mario format. I was like, this is perfect. Absolutely. It's
genius. It's actually genius. A lot of people were excited for that. That studio is really awesome. Oh, and we just got somebody in the house. Dante J. Moody.
Look, Mom, I'm on TV. I'm on TV.
You're on TV.
I'm on TV.
Wait. Yes.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, look, and we're all twinning here. We were all there. We got the shirts. Gotta represent. Hey, Dante.
Yeah.
How's it going to feel to receive that 25th anniversary console?
I'm not getting one because I was media.
Oh, shut up.
Huh?
Shut up.
That was
You
me.
can
You
still
weren't
get one
media.
even if you're media, didn't you know?
So we heard, right? Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
dude. That was a crazy surprise. man.
Giveaway.
We've been to a few of these, and we've gotten cool gifts, right? You know, we've got really cool jackets, some headphones, and stuff like that. Never in a million years did I think they would actually give away a damn console. You know, something that probably is upwards of $650 plus at this point in time with the
Oh,
price of
probably
everything.
8.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So yeah, that's crazy. So I'm really excited about that. I was always looking for a second unit as well to have in my other room. So now I have one, or I will have one. So shout out to that.
Shout out to that. Yeah, it was amazing. Let me get to this. I missed this one. Web Dave with $1.99. Thank you very much, Dave. He was there too. Good looking out. Love to see you there, Dave, every year. Great guy, fun to talk to. He says, Fonz, play Ark on the cloud. Holly's stuff is there. Give it to her, or I'm coming after you.
Let's
That's
go.
what he said. That's what he meant. Lord Metroid 1. It's always good to hear from you, man. This guy, gotta have him on the show sometime, actually. He gets into the my DM sometimes talking about what I talked about. It's always good to hear the show. And he says, member for 37 months. It's always. Why is it echoing?
That's me.
Is that you,
I'm
Dante?
taking care of it. I'm stopping it right
Said,
now.
Ocarina of Time remake. I can't wait. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And FarQ was there, Holly. I don't know if you saw him with the googly eyes, but he was there, googly eyed. He says, miss you guys already. Loved my trip to LA and sharing it with you all. Yeah, miss everybody there as well. And he gifted one Fonz Gaming member. Shout out to whoever won that. Thank you. I appreciate that, Fark. I'll figure all that membership thing out next week for the $1 one and all that. I'll figure it out. Anyways, but I just looked and I read Magnum. Come on, man. He's like, that Nintendo Direct was dog shit.
Oh, Magnum.
They did have like a lot of old games, and then the stuff they showed wasn't all that exciting, except for Ocarina of Time, in my opinion. So, I don't know. We had that. Yeah, Nerds and Other Legends. It was so great to meet you again this year. This year we actually talked a lot more, so it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun with you guys. So yeah, Dante, we're talking about Summer Games Fest. What did you like most? What did anything surprise you there? And what did you like most with the announcements?
Hold on real quick, man. I gotta go back.
That was a while ago. I know. It was a while ago.
I gotta go back and actually see all the stuff that was released, because I think it started off really strong for me. In the middle of low just a little bit, and then it kind of got big at the end again. So I'm a Final Fantasy 7 guy, so that's the first one I ever played. The ones I've played is 7, 10, I think 12, and then then obviously like the remakes. So Final Fantasy 7 has like been my gem in terms of that in that particular genre. So to see that that's coming out the gates to Xbox, right? No more like, let's wait for a year or two, and we may or may not see it. You know, they'll talk and tease it for forever, and then finally it'll come. The fact that it's coming out the gates is a really good sign. Is finally a publisher that's third party acting like a third party publisher, right? As opposed to getting gatekeep for years on end by Sony. So obviously that was one that stood out for me. The Resident Evil game obviously looked really, really sick. Let me pull up the list. I gotta see what else was there that I actually even like the I'm gonna get a little flack for this, but outside of like,
say it,
threw me off a little bit of
say it with your chest, bro.
Looked, but the what's the game with the Celebrate.
I put a link in the chat for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. But Celebrate, like I even thought that looked dope and stuff. So that one looked pretty cool.
I think it was, right? Blood Rain.
Yeah. Blood Rain, is that the next installment or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Did you play the first one?
No. You guys were talking too much about Stellar Cheeks, so I was just like, I'll let y'all have it. Not that I have anything against Stellar Cheeks. Let's get that clear. Yeah, so make sure you get that clear. Thank you guys.
Yeah, we already had to talk about that earlier.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, I said the jiggle physics got to be there. That's all.
They got to be there.
That's all I said. That's all.
They got to be there.
Holly said no, but it's okay. I respect opinions. I respect opinions.
She respects it. She respects it. We know you do.
She's a very respectful woman, and I
keeping my
appreciate
mouth
you,
shut
Holly.
right now, aren't I? Letting
What?
you just really have your moment. It's okay, because I got Doom Guy with no shirt on, so suck it.
Yes, you did. and no mask. No helmet.
The face model could be better on Doom Guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, what's up with that? Like the head always, like the heads in
I just
those
wish
games
they
look
left
weird.
his mask on, just like Master Chief. Like, leave the mask on and let me dream my dream. You know what I mean?
So you're saying put the paper bag on, put it on.
Yeah. Take the shirt off. Keep the hat on.
See, there we go. Jiggle physics, you know. Upper body.
Terry Crews style.
Okay. See, we all have our preferences.
We all got a thing. We just on this side of the fence, we don't get it as much.
What would you rate SGF overall, Holly, if you had to give it a score?
7.5.
7.5. Wow. Okay. Dante, what about you, man?
That's where I was. I was right there. I was like 7.5.
Wow.
Especially, I think the Final Fantasy one kind of brought it back for me because, like I said, the middle just weighed a little bit for me, and not because it was bad. It's just some of the games that like didn't appeal to me, right? And that's how I try to judge any of these showcases. Like, how many games am I seeing that I want to play, right? And if I can pick enough out of them, that determines how high my score is going to be, especially if the games show well. So yeah, because of the way the last couple games finished and stuff, yeah, about 7 to 7.5. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Wouldn't be mad if
you
someone else
guys.
gave it a higher score. That's good for you. That means it's more games appeal to you. If someone gave it higher.
Yeah. For me, it's because it was a longer show than like PlayStation. I gave an 8.5. I really liked what they showed there. There was a lot for me, and it was a shorter, more condensed show, so it felt like it just went faster. The only caveat I had to that show was the fact that they let a couple of people talk way too much on that one. Mm-hmm. This one, it was just game after game, but it was long, and there was that lull in the middle that made me literally almost like fall asleep. Like literally, I was sitting there and I was like dozing off. I was like, okay, show me something, please. Oh, you know what other game we didn't talk about that they showed there that I don't care for? And a lot of people are hyped for it? The Blood of Dawnwalker. Blood of Dawnwalker.
Yeah, you haven't been too hyped on it. Is it the look of it or is it the way
it's the gameplay that I saw?
Like, what is it that you like?
It's the gameplay that I saw like a month ago. Remember when they showed
like
the gameplay
person?
and they no, they showed it on YouTube. They did a whole thing, developers.
Okay.
And I thought it looked kind of jank. And they also like even the graphics, there's something about it, the characters that look off to me. And I can't pinpoint it, but it also falls into that category of jank. And then they added the timed thing to it, which just drove me away. I was like, okay, I don't want to play it.
Yeah,
Holly, you thought the same thing.
You and I are in the exact same camp. I want it to be amazing. I want it to be really good, but there's just something about it. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I don't know about this. And then that timed thing, I was like, oh no, wait, that doesn't sit well with me. I don't like timed fights. You know what we're talking about, Dante?
Yeah. No, I don't think he does. I don't think he saw it.
There's a countdown on boss fights and other fights where if you don't beat it in that time,
then
no matter what's going on.
So that means that either the bosses are going to be like stupidly like overpowered when they shouldn't be, or what? Because is it like, you got 20 minutes to fight this boss, which seems like a long time to fight a boss?
You got like 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Oh, that's Or so the encounter starts all over again and you fail. Yeah. That's a weird mechanic.
Or the story changes, or I don't know, right? Like, but yeah, I don't love that.
Yeah. All right, so I'm kind of looking through the list right now of the games.
Fark, I appreciate you for that gaming membership. Appreciate you.
Star Wars Zero Company. I was excited for that one because it's a turn-based, and I love turn-based, and it's Star Wars turn-based.
Yeah, that was
was a
one that was there.
surprise.
And you were raving about Attack on Titan too. You were raving about it, Holly. You were like, oh. Yeah, just as much as
she loves anything that's anime related. She loves it.
Yeah, loves it.
All right, so I don't like the name. Obviously, they need to get
physics.
Exactly, that combo. I don't like the name because I think they need to get away from this name. But I thought the Crossfire game that they showed looked good. They just need to get away from that name and quit trying to make it relevant.
Smart.
Helix looks good, but I think we've seen that before, right? Have we seen Helix before?
No, that was new.
The same one because it reminded me of another game that it was kind of the same idea where it's like it's procedural and it's co-op with other people, and that that was coming out. It was like it's procedural and each particular run is going to be a little bit different because it's procedural. Are you sure we haven't seen that one before or a similar game?
No, we've never seen it because it's from X Division people.
Yeah.
So I was like all over Fonz, and I forgot. The game I'm most excited for, hands down, out of the show is Wolf Among Us 2. I completely forgot. That one is top tier for me. That's number one.
Yeah, you know, I do like some Telltale games that I've played in the past, but I haven't played all of them, and that's one I've not played.
Oh my gosh, you got to play Wolf Among Us. It's so good.
I hear people rave about it all the time.
It's so good. Play the remaster when it comes out this winter.
Yeah, I should.
Friggin' fantastic.
Because they're not very expensive games. They're usually pretty cheap.
They're usually like $20-$30. Yeah. Or you could get the first one super duper cheap, not remastered.
True. And it doesn't really matter if it's remake or not. Like it's
hand drawn, so it's fine. Yeah.
So I think I've narrowed down my standouts. It was Helix, Gen Atlas, Final Fantasy VII, and the Resident Evil game. Those are my standouts from SGF. Other games look cool. I just wasn't like screaming like this is like Alien Isolation looks cool. Love it. Never gonna play that because I don't want to be in this constant state of anxiety. So, but have at it for everyone who wants to be in that feeling by yourself with the lights turned off, basically getting hunted by a xenomorph. But it looks really, really cool. So I'm not going to deny like the showing. Stranger Than Heaven. I don't know how I feel about that one still after some of the reveals. Like it could be interesting, or it could end up being a little bit of a shit show. But if done right, I guess hats off to them. But there's like 4 games that were really, really stand out to me that I'm like, okay, cool. I'm really, really interested in wanting to try those out when they come out. So that to me is not enough for me to sit there and say like, oh, it's an 8 or 9 or 10, right? Because like I need to have 8 or 9 games, especially if you have a 2-hour showcase of showing games, right? I need to have
that's the thing,
8 or 9, 10 guests. And I'm saying like yes.
Yeah. And that's why
I felt like I got that many that I liked out of a 1-hour showcase, from Sunday. So
that's why I originally gave it like a 6.5 when it came out of the theater. And because again, there was that long lull that I was just like, I don't like this game. And then I talked to Lucius Augustus in the chat. Shout out to him. Saw him again this year. Saw him last year as well. He came up to me and he goes, what'd you think? And I told him 6.5. And he goes, well, Fonz, didn't you give the Sony showcase an 8.5? And he said, how many games did you like on this show? And I said, well, I like quite a few, like 6-7 games. And he goes, well, you like less at this Sony showcase. So he made me think, and I go, yeah, I think my score is a bit off. And I looked back and I'm like, okay, I think a 7.5 would be good. And that's what I ended up giving it. I still don't think it was as good as Sony's, only because of the length of the show and how many games I did not like at this show compared to Sony's. Like, I didn't even want to see. I was just, we'll say that. I'm like, I know there's something for everybody, but again, this is a selfish hobby. And if it was not that great to you, like, then so be it. Like, we can't all like everything. Aaron, I don't think it was bad at all. I thought it was really good. I thought it was strong. But that's just me. Wolverine looks good to me. I know a lot of people talk crap about it. I'm so excited for Wolverine. I'm excited. So over the weekend, guys, since we were there, we met a lot of people. We had a lot of talks with people. We just kept hearing like all kinds of rumors, and especially Saturday, they just seemed to ramp up. And we kept hearing different things about, particularly it was with Gearsy Day. Jeff Grubb was saying some things, so were other media outlets and you know, Jazz and everything. People were going around saying that they heard that it could possibly be exclusive, or that it was. So I was getting excited for that, actually. I was getting real excited for that. But then the other half of it was, I don't know who started saying it, but I know that, you know, Hargeet had come up to me one time and he goes, oh man, he goes, you're going to like the showcase. I'm not going to like it. I'm like, why? And he's like, he wouldn't tell me. And so I hit up other people I knew that might know something, and they told me about the Gears thing being exclusive. And I said, okay, cool. So I said, is that why you don't like it, Hargeet? And I mentioned it to him, and he goes, that's only part of it. You know, I don't care about exclusives. And I was like, but what's the other part? And he finally broke down and told me that he was hearing the rumor that it wasn't going to be in Game Pass day and date. Kind of what we've been talking about on this channel might happening because of rumors about the coalition, their bonuses, all that stuff. And I'll just say this right now before we get into talking about the showcase. You know, you hear a lot of stuff, and I told you on that episode where I was talking about that could possibly happen. We constantly hear stuff and you know, but we honestly don't know what the fuck, excuse my language. We can't cuss here, by the way, Dante. Asha is going to do. And you know what? I love that. I love that she came out and freaking just said it's exclusive. And not only that, Clockwork Revolution exclusive. Because again, I've been trying to preach here that we need exclusivity, or they need it so that they can compete again. And I know a lot of people think it's just console war shit, but it's not. I want to see their console thrive. I want to see their platform thrive. Why? It promotes healthy competition that pushes and, you know, innovation and everything on the other side as well. Because you know damn well Sony's looking at them going, shit, we got to do more. Especially after this showcase, Sony's thinking we have to do fucking more for our fan base. Because again, even though I liked what they showed at their showcase, still wasn't what they did on the stage for Xbox. And guys, I'm going to go to you, Dante, first. Dante, what overall did you think about the showcase? Like, what were you thinking? Like, before you got there, tell me like your whole experience. What were you expecting? And then when you sat down and you just got all that information thrown at you, all these games, how did it feel? Tell me everything.
All right.
Everything, Dante.
So I think obviously we were hearing kind of like the rumblings about the idea that there was going to be that Gears was going to be exclusive, right? And yeah, I remember someone also talking about the idea that it might not be in Game Pass, which I was like, well, whatever. You know, like to me, it's kind of like if the game is what I think it's going to be, I was going to purchase it anyway, right? Because I want one for the coalition to do well, and I can understand if like that revenue is being taken away from what they would have sold on PlayStation. So that was like that part didn't matter to me, but I was expecting to hear that, right, that game was going to be exclusive, and that pretty much be it. I thought that was going to be the only one we would hear anything about exclusivity. And then outside, like there was anticipation of like, okay, I wanted to see something from the show that I want to see like a few things. I want to see more Fable, even though some people were saying like we didn't need to see more Fable. I still felt that like they have one more good showing that they can give the fans to kind of really get people excited for the release in February. We got that. When I saw that, the cool part about when that started is that a lot of us didn't know what it was. We're like, what other type of medieval fantasy game is this for a second, right? Until the Playground logo came up and we're like, holy shit, this is Fable, right? This is, you know, this all right, you know, like you're really giving us something, showing us a different side of it that I feel we needed to see as fans. And from there, it was just like a consistent cadence, because like Tina has that thing kind of locked down in terms of making sure she has the cadence right, of just, you know, it's no frills, no fluff. It's a little bit of something for everyone, but at the same time, like I think they showed the games that we need to see. I was expecting that we probably need to see something about Blade, but I kind of understand if it's not ready, you know, don't go ahead and throw something out and then we don't hear nothing about it again for another 2 to 3 years, right? So if you let them cook, then go ahead and let them cook. Seeing Halo in Unreal was dope, right? Because I was concerned. I was hearing some things about that in terms of like, you know, like how it's being made and if they were having some issues with it, etc. So seeing that and how it turned out looked to be really, really dope.
Did you get to play it? I played it at FanFest.
Dude, I was outside.
Let me tell
forever.
you, Dante, that game is smooth as butter.
Yes.
Smooth. Like, remember when we first saw it, it looked like it was kind of jittery at times. No, they smoothed that shit out. I don't know if they got help from Coalition with UE5 or whatever, but I didn't feel anything going on that was weird or anything. And I played that whole level, and I was like, okay, this is good. Because I'm a big fan of Combat Evolved. Like, that's my favorite Halo. I'm loyal to that first one. That first one was so epic, and so they did right by Combat Evolved with this campaign Evolved.
Hell yeah!
So I have no issues with it. No issues so far.
So that puts me even more at ease, right? So it's like, okay, you didn't just give me a nice, good, you know, slice of real to show me to get me hyped for it. And hearing people play it in that actually performs well makes me even more happy. Starting the show off with Gears, a little surprising, but I'm like, if you're gonna come out swinging, right? And boy, did they come out swinging. I don't think I've been this excited for a Gears game in forever, right? And I love Gears. I've played every particular one except for Judgment, and I've enjoyed each and every single one of them. But this is the first time that I've been like super hyped. Like I wanted to play it right then and there. It was just it just shows the talent that the Coalition displays, man. Those guys are complete. I think. Yeah. Like they're the best developers using that engine, period.
Yeah, Dante, I have to cut you off real quick to talk to Aaron in the chat. Aaron, you keep saying it's Satya, it's not Asha. He hired Asha to do this job, okay? He's letting her fucking cook. Stop. Of course your boss is allowing you to do things. That happens in every fucking industry. I don't know why you're going off on trying to take away something from her. It's ridiculous. They let Phil cook. They let Sarah cook. It wasn't good enough. They got Asha. She's fucking doing things that nobody else was in the past, and it's working for them. It's at least gaining some momentum and some hype and positivity for the brand. This is what's needed. Asha is doing the right fucking shit. Regardless of her boss allowing her to do it or not, it doesn't fucking matter. She's got the ideas. She's doing it. What are we talking about here, Aaron? Stop with the freaking ridiculousness. Why? Because you don't want her to be freaking given accolades for it? I don't understand that at all. Asha is doing what gamers couldn't do. What gamers in that position couldn't do. I'm sorry, but I have nothing but respect for what she's doing right now. Now, if she steps on a rake, I will immediately tell you when it's bad. But I'm telling you right now, I can't do anything else but say she's doing a fucking fantastic job. Keep this kind of momentum up. That's all I got to say there.
Yep.
I'm sure you guys would, agree, Dante.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think people have to, like, hardly nobody wants to step into a CEO job if they're completely handcuffed, right? They have to have some type of autonomy to be able to kind of perform. Otherwise, you're just basically, being an extension.
Yeah, because look at this, like he's saying there, no, stop making her the savior. It's not just her.
Like I promise you, Satya isn't sitting there deep into the day in day out stuff of Xbox. He has other things to be concerned with their cloud business and office business and stuff. To sit there and be like, and this is what I want Xbox to do. Is like, no, that's why you hire people to do that. Yep. So she's making these decisions with her team, and he's giving her some autonomy to do so.
If anything, If anything, Satya was the problem with the end of Phil's.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
reign. Like, so you can't say Satya, you know, just has all these wonderful things happening. Like, he was the reason that they had to bring in Asha. He was the reason that they drove the brand into the ground so hard that he had to pull back and pivot and put somebody else in to be the good guy.
Exactly.
Because he screwed everything up so bad before. Like, yeah, he might be letting her do that now, but it's because he fucked it up before.
This part too. So Asha's bringing in people that are very, you know, smart in their positions and stuff, and also helping
Matthew
cook. So there are other people that play too. But what we're not going to do is pretend like Satya is the mastermind behind all this.
He was just because you're the destruction of the last.
He felt like it was the one business model that made no sense for video games to be tied to one particular piece of platform of software, or excuse me, hardware. Which I get it. It makes sense from a business perspective, right? Like, imagine if movies can only be played on one particular type of theater, right? And like such and such can't get your movie because well, we're talking about like actual movies, right? That get released for the masses, or DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever the case is. Imagine if that could only be played on one particular piece of hardware. So I get it from that standpoint, but it's a thing of not understanding that in this particular marketplace, having something that brings customers to your platform is super important. And I think he only learned that like later after things start to nosedive, but it's not enough to just sit there and say, okay, Phil, go ahead and correct the stuff that I told you that I want you guys to change immediately. It has to.
Well,
yeah, it's too late,
Dante,
right? You gotta
that's
have
where they tried to correct
fresh set of a fresh face and everything to change things around at that point.
Yeah, so they tried to correct it by "This is an Xbox" campaign. They tried to make it to where, hey, everything could be an Xbox, guys. Come join the freaking ecosystem on whatever device you have. That didn't work out. What she's doing is completely pivoting from the old regime, okay? And it's something that a lot of us fans have said. Shout out to Gaz. He was one of them that has been championing exclusives for a long time. But he was exactly right. Once they started the just four games, that's when the console sales tanked.
Yeah.
Freaking tanked.
That was it.
She's not okay. So Ron G4
was the start of it.
So for the $5, thank you very much. I appreciate you, Ron. He says, no Fonz, she's doing the same thing Phil did. That's not true. Phil made Starfield exclusive and she's making Gears exclusives. Did you not hear what Matthew Ball said? Because Matthew Ball, okay, you want to talk about, we'll get into all the exclusives.
Smart hire too. Super smart hire for her to go after him.
No. Phil, we look. We all know Phil was kumbaya. He was about letting everything everywhere. Asha is clearly not. Sir. Matthew Ball is clearly not. So I saw the question earlier talking about, hey, then why did they let Halo go? Why did they let Fable go? Do you know why? Because when you have those contracts in place, you cannot break them without a lawsuit and loads of money being sent out.
Yeah, the buyout.
They never announced
too much, right? Like the penalty.
They never
for
announced Gears. Yes, you just got to think a little bit. Gears was never announced for PlayStation. That's why they easily took that away from PlayStation, even though they were creating a port for it. Didn't matter. There was no contract in place. It wasn't announced to the people. None of that happened. So no contract that stopped them anyway from preventing a console port over to PlayStation. The other two, obviously, they couldn't get away from it. And that was the rumor we kept hearing as well over the weekend or Sunday after the showcase, was that Asha tried to stop Halo and Fable from going over there. Yeah. But they couldn't. It was way too expensive to do that. It would have been too much. And so they were like, fine. And then Matthew Ball doubles down on the exclusives and said that, matter of fact, I'm just going to read it here for you.
Pull up the quote.
Because it's here. Excuse me. Actually, I won't pull up the quote. What I can do is pull up the little interview. Maybe I could do that here. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So share screen. Okay. And right here, audio's on. Okay. Hopefully we can hear it. Add to
So I can
stage.
tell you how we're thinking about it. We have an internal framework and a strategy that we're using to approach exclusives on and off platform. I'll start with a quick recap. We announced yesterday that there were 2 titles, one coming this year, one coming next year. Doing 2 titles was important. We could have announced Clockwork was going to be exclusive later at the end of the year when we got closer and closer to the 25th anniversary. We could have kicked off 2027 by talking about that as an exclusive. It was important for us to include 2 titles so that people understood this was not a one-off. It was not a commemorative. We were not saying it's our 25th anniversary, it's Gears 20th anniversary, we're returning to Xbox, here's an exclusive. This is the start of a program, and players can expect a reliable pipeline that validates their historical investment in the Xbox platform, keeps them as Xbox players going forward, and everyone in the industry understands that exclusives are important to the growth and branding of that platform. We've also said publicly that there's a series of titles, predominantly those that are designed for large live service multiplayer platforms, COD being the best example, are going to remain non-exclusive. We have a third bucket of titles, those titles that we have previously announced or previously committed with our partners, with players, with teams, that we've decided to maintain those commitments. That is important to us as we migrate through this 4th area. And that is, Asha has been clear that our business today is not healthy. She's been clear that we are turning around the business. Every day we are going to come more and more outwards about what we're doing, why we're doing it. And the reason why I say that is today I can't give you a more comprehensive answer. Here are all of the titles that players can expect this year, next year, and thereafter that are going to be exclusive. We know what those are going to be. We know how we're going to make those decisions. We know how we're going to be evaluated against those decisions. But what's important there is that framework has to be external eventually. Everyone in this audience is an expert, an aficionado of the field, and I understand why they are saying we still don't quite get it. We have to communicate that internally. We have to communicate that to our partners. But then most of all, at the end of the day, the average player, the average current Xbox player, and the player that we want but don't have today have to understand it very simply. That's where we're going. We're just not ready to do it yet.
I was going to ask, what makes Clockwork Revolution an Xbox console exclusive?
So I'm going to stop sharing that. So anyway, that is Matthew Ball pretty much telling you that the only games that are going to be going there in the future that aren't already contractually obligated to are the ones that are big live service games such as COD. We're not talking about we're not talking about a multiplayer component that's attached to a campaign game like Gears or Halo. That is not going over there. It's not. Trust me, it's not. If it is, hey, I'll be completely wrong and to tell you I was wrong. But I don't think that's what's happening. I really do think that they are going to be doing this exclusive thing because they finally figured out what I've been saying on this program for 2 months now, that short-term pain for long-term gain is real, or gain is real. Like that is what they need to do. I didn't think they would do it. I said here that I think that they're only going to do timed exclusive. I didn't think they had the balls to make anything fully exclusive anymore. I was wrong. And now that they're doing that, it tells me that they're all in. They're all in on competition. They're all in on not just competition. They're all in on bringing people back to their platform. That's what they want. And you need compelling titles to do that. They're not going to give all their compelling titles over to a competing platform. That's not going to sell their console. It's not. Yep. So I actually have some faith now in this brand where I didn't before.
I think something opened up for them a little bit too, because if PlayStation is really like, hey, we're only going to put live service games on PC, right? But anything that's like our story-driven single-player narrative stuff is going to stay in-house.
Yeah.
Then that's another avenue for Xbox to get a hold of people who want to play these type of games that Xbox is going to still put on PC.
Yeah.
that PlayStation is not, right? So to me, it's kind of like
Yep.
that's, you getting yourself a potential, more sales on PC that you're not hurting that much by not putting it on PlayStation.
People
because you
like
have
to
these
bring up
platforms.
Dante. People like to bring up PC a lot and say, well, they're still going to PC. Well, they're so in bed with PC. It's already been a big thing. What they have to do, honestly, I know a lot of people disagree with me. I don't care, but they need to fix their Xbox app on PC and move all their shit to that platform so they can compete over there as well. I believe that they could do that eventually, but they have to fix that app. They have to.
Oh, what? I mean, look, I played Crimson Desert, and I purchased it because I want to play anywhere, right? So I purchased it through them, and I've had no issues with it in terms of that game. So if that's any indication,
party chat, that's the problem. It's party chat. That's the problem.
So you're talking about okay, because I've heard issues about the game's not running as good as the Steam version of games is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem anymore. It's more of the functionality of the platform working on Windows as it does on a console. The social measures and things like that. The other thing is when achievements pop, which is great because I'm playing 007 on Play Anywhere on PC, and it's nice to get achievements again, but hot dog, they're like this much of the bottom of the screen, and I'm like, can you please go away? Because I can't see what I'm doing. Like, it's so big. I want to pop in for a second though and talk about Asha.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
Another quote that came out of the Bloomberg stuff, which happened right before we went to LA. So I don't even know if we really had a chance to talk about it, but she said, we're not under the 30% mandate anymore. That is not a thing.
Was that real? Was that ever really a thing?
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
Bloomberg.
So Amy Hood was really like 30%, like when no one in the industry is doing that?
Asha said it, so that means it was real.
It was real because it was now speculative Fonz here. Me and some of my friends think it was just to try to push the old regime out, that 30%. Just saying.
I mean, you can just fire them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be like, we're going to put this
but in a way where
pressure on you to make you want to quit. You can just basically fire them and bring in new people. I mean, that seems a little bit weird. I just think that their brain said we have Activision Blizzard, right? We have these large generating machines of revenue. This just makes sense, right? They're just like looking at the numbers wise and says, oh, this makes sense because of this very large publisher you have between that and Bethesda. But they weren't being realistic in terms of what the actual industry has been going through, in my opinion.
I think that would be really stupid. I just think that would, either way, Asha said they're not under that anymore. So it was real, whatever the impetus was behind it. I feel like that is a drastic measure just to push people out. I feel like you could just fire people or find other ways to get them out instead of tanking an entire brand.
I think there was a lot more nuance to it than that. And there was reasons.
But
okay, I mean, that'd be the weirdest way to try to force a CEO to step down. You can literally just be like, "We're going a different direction."
Out of your,
right? We're going to hire some people from ABK to step in and run that business. They could have done that and said, "Hey, Phil, thank you for your service. Here's a forced resignation." Would be weird to use that as the method to kind of push them out, but I don't know. Weirder things have happened.
Well, so she said that, but then she said, "Our focus is to be the top entertainment business in the industry," right? Something along those exact words, right? When you think about it, Sony's sitting on a gold mine with Spider-Man, right? They pump out these games, they're very successful, and then there's the movies that they also do. Horizon, we know they're coming out with whatever it is they're coming out with TV wise for that. And then you've got Paramount making, well, they thought they were going to make money off of Halo. We all know that turned out. But then they've also got Amazon doing very well on Fallout, right? And so Fallout kind of shows you like, hey, wait a minute. we have a lot of really cool stuff here, and we know they're making a Call of Duty movie with somebody, right? So they have a lot of stuff, and for her to say entertainment specifically, I don't know what exactly that means, but I think that they've seen she had to sell herself as the person for this position, right? She had to come in with a pitch that was like, I got this. I know what we're going to do. We're going to turn this whole thing around, right? So what do you do? Like, I mean, console sales, we know that is the biggest uphill battle that you could ever fight right now. Doesn't mean it's not impossible, but it's extremely difficult. It's how do you bring in money and subsidize having exclusives to the third position of all console spaces, and really trying to sell the idea of what IPs Xbox has, like Sony did with The Last of Us. People who have never played a video game in their life, don't know what video games can do, would do, will do, talk about The Last of Us, and they say, oh yeah, my friend told me that was a video game, right? They said this, they said that. They talked to people who played video games, right? So like getting that brand recognition out there and having that sort of interaction and that brand recognition for, hey, this was a video game. Maybe I played video games when I was in high school or college, and maybe I'd want to pick it up because The Last of Us was super cool. Maybe I'd want to see what I'm missing, right? That kind of stuff. I think there's something there.
Yeah. What do you feel about this super chat here from Ron 24 77 kid? Thank you for the 5. He says, I disagree. I see her doing nothing different. We will see as far as them console sales in the future, and I don't want to hear any excuses.
Here's my take on this, and I think this is something that a lot of people, this is I think what lost folks like Tim Dog and other diehards. I think what they were hoping for is that when ABK was acquired and they have Bethesda, the idea was like, okay, you have an arms race of these studios that can produce a lot of content, right? So now you can go ahead and use that, make it exclusive, and then force other people's hands who are like, man, if I want to play a Fallout game or Elder Scrolls game, etc., or certain whatever games ABK is making, I got to consider either getting it on PC or purchasing an Xbox, and none of that ever happened. So to me, it's like we've never got to see what they would be able to do if they fully got these studios to dedicate only making games for their platform between, Xbox console and then PC, right? Everything started kind of going downhill. It made sense. You had to justify the price of spending $80 billion on the ABK deal along with Bethesda. So you have to basically say, like, we got to pay dividends. We have to justify why this money was spent. We've never got to see what it would look like if they actually did leverage exclusivity for some of these particular studios. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to turn around and tell both Activision Blizzard to start making some games specifically just for this platform and lock down everything with Xbox Game Studio. I think that will be the only real way to kind of force people's hands, right? Because if you know for a fact you can't play the next Elder Scrolls on PlayStation, you have to have a pause, right? You have to be like, well, you know what I'm saying? You have to really consider, do I pick up a companion device or do I build a PC? Right. Yeah. So it would be the only way to completely like stress test to figure out, will that actually work and be different? We just never got a chance to see it to fruition because the market didn't allow it to. Right. They had to basically start getting those games in as many places as possible to sell the software because you spent a shit ton of money in these acquisitions.
Yeah. And one of the things I have to add here is the fact that what they need to do. Okay, aside from the exclusivity thing, yes, that helps. Compelling titles, especially, the really good titles that they can and do build, like Gears E-Day, as we saw. When that is exclusive, people will go to, they'll migrate to that box. However, what they need to do outside of that is they have to lessen the price of that box. They have to find a way, whether it's subsidizing or what, they have to make that cheaper. The platform.
I want a power box, fam.
And here's the reason why. Here's the reason why, Holly, because it's not just about their titles. It's about the biggest title coming out this year, GTA 6.
Yeah.
We will never get another moment like this for at least another 10 years. What they have to do is capitalize, make their consoles cheaper, sell them to people that want to play GTA, might not have upgraded to the next gen consoles, get those Xbox One guys, the PS4 guys, you know, all them guys that if they have a cheaper console than anybody else, they will buy it for GTA. If nothing else, they will buy it for GTA. This is the moment. This is the moment you do that.
First of all, I think probably the second biggest game that's similar to that, and I could be wrong, but it's either COD or it's Elder Scrolls 6, right? I think it's kind of in that range. And COD I only said just because we know so many people play COD, but Elder Scrolls 6 is another one of those kind of elephant games, right? They're huge, they come in and everybody wants to play it. If they'll have the stones to make that exclusive, we will see. I mean, that's a little ways off. But the other thing is, like, everybody's forgotten about when Xbox Series X came out, and even maybe even before that. Wait.
Yeah.
They did that bundle where they were like, hey, do you need a new console? You can have Game Pass plus pay off your console over the next 2 years for $50 a month or $40 a month or whatever it was. And like, I don't know really why or when that went away, but it is a very easy thing for them to bring back. And you still get that high power premium experience. You don't feel the burn as much. Plus you have Game Pass. And if anything, with that conversation where you started it, where you were like, we heard Game Pass day one might not always be a thing. They might be going away from that. If anything, this showcase showed more that they're doubling down on day one with Game Pass than anything else. That was super surprising. They had that giant splash screen at the end of every game, play day one with Game Pass. So all of those rumors about Game Pass going away or day one's going away, clearly that's not the right path according to what
the plan is the plan until it isn't. Really, that's how Asha operates. And right now, with what she's doing, with them keeping day one on Game Pass and exclusivity, this just shows me, Holly, she's willing to do anything. Like, mark my words. If they do subsidize the consoles soon, around GTA 6 or whatever, I want you to come back and say, yeah, Fonz, you were right. They did it. Because I feel like they could very well do that. And Asha probably will. I feel like she will.
Thing for them to bring that back, don't you think? It would be huge.
I think it would be massive. Because right now, with the way gaming is, you've got expensive games. You have expensive consoles. If they were to undercut the competition by a couple of $100 or, you know, even $100, it would be massive for people. There are so many people out there that are like, I can't afford a console anymore. My maximum is $600. Like, I've heard it all. Again, subsidize your console. And you will get people buying it for GTA 6 alone. You'll have people that are getting it for the Gears. You'll have people getting it for future Halos or whatever. But again, that's a big part of this equation, I think.
So you're specifically talking about those who have not already upgraded to this.
Yes,
right? Everyone else is already saturated, right? You're gonna just play it on PlayStation. Or you're gonna play it on Xbox. I'm talking
because there is a lot of people who've not upgraded yet, Dante. There's a lot of people on ones,
still on a PS4 or still on the One. That makes sense.
Facts.
One X.
Facts. Yeah. I want to get to this really quick. I've got the legendary X bot himself, $10. Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you. He says, did y'all see Asha's newest interview today? Talking about next-gen console might be too high for most people, and that we might have different models that will be cheaper later this year. No, I did not see that. Did you guys see that? By chance? I have not heard about this.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's possible.
But again, if you do a subscription plan with financing over a 2-year period or something like that, it makes the price of the box irrelevant.
Yeah. But I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about the Series X's, Series S's.
Both of them.
Subsidized.
I think that
but I'm talking about this year though. Like,
yeah,
because we don't even know when the Helix is coming out right now, especially with what Matthew Ball had just said in that interview yesterday about how, what did he say? He said, we are working very hard to rethink everything that we can about Helix, which is a console we're committed to shipping. And we are very cognizant of the ways in which we need to change as a company to make sure it's affordable, to make sure that it's flexible. We are working hard to rethink what the console model can look like, not in an exclusionary way, but in an additive way.
So I have mixed feelings about this.
Okay,
Paulie, you know why?
What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because like for me, like I get it. If they're focusing on the console again and wanting to actually try to move units, it makes sense. You got to make it where it's affordable. My thing is, I just don't want something that's just a little bit more iterative over what the Xbox Series X is. Right,
Dante? I have something to. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
I'm like, I wanted the option that if I want to play for something that was premium, that could at least blur the lines of something that's a high-end computer, not actually, beat a high-end computer, but blur the lines of it. I was willing to do that just for the convenience of plug and play, right? Of not having to worry about, doing anything settings-wise, having that kind of like that seamless experience that I have by using the console. I was willing to do that. So it's like, I wanted, like, if you're going to do that, give the option, right? For those who want premium, here is something that's really high end that basically, and for those who want 100%. Something that is really good, like a step above what the Series X can do, but for the more affordable cost, then sure, let that be a thing as well, as long as we don't have another Series S situation where certain games being kind of hard to develop for, etc. But like, I'm concerned that, does this mean you're scrapping what we were hoping would be like the premium high-end model? You know what I'm saying? That's my concern.
Maybe like a pro model, they can do that for those that want the premium high-end, but some people, I was talking, shout out to Gaming Circle Podcast Discord. I was talking with some people there, and they were talking about the possibility of maybe they cut down a little bit on the RAM from 48 whatever gigabytes to 32, stuff like that, just to help out a little bit. But more likely, I think that what he's saying here, besides the fact that, they could possibly change what the Helix is or make a pro version, when he's talking about this, it seems more like when he says the exclusionary, more of an additive way instead of exclusionary, he's talking about just bringing the old consoles along, into next gen. So you have a cheaper alternative of getting into, Xbox games is the Series X.
Didn't I say that today, Dante? I said that today, Dante. I said it to Dante in a group today. I said, what if it's really the Helix is still coming, but they're relying on the X to be the more affordable entry, and maybe 100%. Mid Helix, they refresh that with a newer X that's a cheaper model but brings it up.
That's what I think he's talking about here. That's exactly what I think he's talking about. He's talking about bringing the Series X along, just as the PlayStation 6 is going to do the same thing with 5. They're doing the same thing. Don't let them get that twisted. Like, the PS5 will still be there well into next generation, and that'll be their cheaper alternative. So will the Pro and things like that. But I don't expect, like, maybe these consoles don't come out next year, or at least the Xbox
Helix will, is as a major console, as what Dante wants. But they're going to push the narrative that the X is a fantastic console for now. I mean, heck, they're coming out with this limited edition a year out from Helix, right?
Yeah.
So why would you come out with a brand new limited edition console when it's going to be quote unquote irrelevant, right? Or at least
I don't think it will be. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. And again,
and this S will fade off into the sunset.
Subsidize those consoles. I think they're going to subsidize those consoles. And right now, people, this is the time when you strike. This when you sunset a generation and go into a new generation, this is when you actually compete. They did this on think of the PlayStation 3, how it lost that entire generation until the very end when they started to compete. They started putting out more compelling exclusives. This is what Xbox is doing now. And if they subsidize the console, sunsetting this generation, massive massive W going into the next. You have more people getting onto the platform, or at least more respect from the industry as well. Because right now, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but all I see on my reels when I'm looking through Instagram and stuff is a lot of positive Xbox. And I'm not talking about people that I'm following or, fanboys of the community. I'm talking about from media outlets to just gamers out there just going, holy crap, Xbox just shit all over freaking PlayStation or Nintendo and all that stuff with their showcase and everything that they seem to be doing with Asha right now. It's insane. Like, this is what I'm seeing. When's the last time that's happened, Dante? When has Xbox really been on a positive momentum swing like this? I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I really feel like, again, I talked about this with Holly on a previous show that we did, where I'm like, right now we're still in the honeymoon phase, right? So everything that she does, if she's making the right calls, is everyone's like kind of loving it. People, it's when she makes calls that people aren't going to like, is where you'll see some of the same people who are kind of tearing her down. But so far, like, the run that she's on is the run that you needed for someone stepping in, replacing Phil, and to turn around the momentum where people who are like fans of the brand, right, are actually feeling optimistic about the brand. And then, like, I actually start seeing like I could be on like IG or something like that, and if you see some random gaming reel and talks about something with Xbox in the past, it was always something snarky, right? This is the first time in a long time that I'm seeing a lot of positive non-Xbox centric channels pushing content about Xbox, right? So that has to count for something. That's how you change the zeitgeist, which I believe is what PlayStation and Nintendo have locked down. You have to do that amongst the minds of the average consumer to make them think like, well, would I maybe pick up an Xbox, especially if they have a game that I know I can only play there or on a PC. So, like, yeah, I mean, so far so good, and I'm wishing her all the best to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I'm sure you see that too, Ollie, right? Articles, reels, like all kinds of different stuff. It's just positive.
Yeah. It's a much needed breath of fresh air for Xbox. It's been way too many years of just hit after hit after hit, and I think that was the point of bringing in Asha. It's a fresh face, and I think they had some internal thoughts about how to change everything around. They set it all up with Phil. They worked through it with Phil, and then I think that the implementation was set to go with Asha to give her success through the beginning of her career, to have all positivity, to not have a lot of reasons for people to be, nitpicking again, right? They're doing all of these easy wins. And I think he probably helped settle it up again, right? Like I said, because he didn't just leave the day she started. We know he's been working in the background and maybe has retired by now, but I think he knew, right, that unfortunately for him, there'd been too much negativity and, kind of burned bridges there too much. And a fresh face for the company was exactly what they needed in the moment. And she's been very smart. The only hiccup she's had is the "hear you" tweet. But other than that, she's been really smart about not doing too many interviews, not doing too many things out in public for people to clip. It's smart that these 2 or 3 interviews that she did are right around showcase time when they knew that all of this was coming. I think that all of the PR people have been very good about sort of protecting her reputation in the community for the moment. Because with any job, you only get so much time of goodwill and grace and positivity, right? And then your history follows you for better or for worse. And so they've been really strategic, and I think it's been really, really smart with how they've handled it.
Ron G, thank you for the $1.99. He says they need to get rid of Xbox. That's a problem. And then he followed it up with another stating that he's rooting for Xbox, just thinks Game Pass is a problem. And here's, coming from a guy who doesn't like the inherent issues with Game Pass myself, I think it's created a new consumer behavior of not really buying games. Okay. However, as I've told Zocker before when we had our arguments and stuff on Gaz's show, I believe that it can be a winning formula, even if you have exclusivity and you have Game Pass day and date model. However, I would say that they would have to sell Game Pass. They would definitely have to make Game Pass grow exponentially for it to sustain. And not because they don't make profits now, but I think that they, of course, want more. And I think that if they can do that, if Asha can grow that platform along with the console, I think it would be fine. Even though I don't personally like it, I don't have to sign up for it. So that's a me thing. That's a you thing that you don't like it as well. But I don't necessarily see it as a problem if they can actually grow it the way they want. So that's where I'm at with Game Pass. And I think that's a fair assessment, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I agree. To me, it is going to be an issue where, especially if a studio has something within their contract that somehow includes units sold, and you're limiting where the units can be sold to a degree. So yes, you got to find a way to make sure that you are properly taking care, especially like your studios who are putting out really good quality stuff. And that's we don't know enough about the internals of Game Pass to understand, are there any bonus structures for like your game released there and it got this many amount of hours played, right? Like that's the stuff we don't know. So we can only just hope that just based upon like sheer numbers of subscriptions and what most tiers are most likely on Ultimate versus the Standard, etc., that it's generating a decent amount of revenue. But again, it's like how much of that goes back into purchasing games and then compensating the actual studios, and what are they losing by not selling their games? So yeah, I mean, I think over time they probably, again, if it turns out that these studios are really if they're getting shafted, which I haven't heard, right? But if it turns out that some of their in-house studios are getting shafted because of the model, then of course they'll probably need to adjust some to make it to a point where your coalitions and etc. are making sure that they're being taken care of, because it's in Game Pass and people aren't going to go out it could be, we bought 5 million copies within the first couple of weeks, or because so many people have Game Pass, you sold 500,000 copies, right? And then so how did that work out for you in terms of did you lose revenue, or did you still get properly compensated? So,
and also the other deal with Game Pass too is you get some of these people that like to hop into services and hop out. They'll play 4 or 5 games within a month or two, and then they'll abandon the service for a while. They don't like that. These companies hate people like that, but it's just the nature of the beast. It's going to happen. You're going to get some of those people. However, what they need is that retention, and if they can retain a healthy amount of subscribers, I think it can work. Despite what I think about Game Pass, it doesn't matter. As long as they make the money they want, it's all that matters. So I hope they do, because again, I want to see them thrive. I want to see their platform thrive, including their console. But overall, like you guys keep bringing up Steam earlier, I do want them to compete against Steam on the PC side, but their app needs a lot of freaking work before they do that. A lot of work. So anyways, let's get back to the showcase itself. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they are trying to work really hard on and they have to, right? If Helix really is going to be a PC console thing, right, it all needs to work seamlessly. So they have a lot of work to do.
It's a lot. Yeah, they have a lot of work. Asha, she may be doing a fantastic job in my eyes right now, but her work, it's cut out for her. She's got so much more to go, so much more to do. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit here and say, they're winning the next gen. No, not at all. They've got an uphill battle, and that hill is like a steep 99 degrees, okay? Because it's freaking crazy. But the amount she's already got done within her first 100 days, that can't be minimized. I won't tolerate people minimizing what she's done in 100 freaking days. And this is coming from a guy who's not an Xbox guy. I'm just a guy who loves games that wants to see the platform succeed so we can have healthy competition. I love what we're seeing right now. Let's fucking go. Um, anyways, talking about the showcase though itself. What was your favorite thing for the showcase, Dante? Like, if you had to pick one game out of that whole thing, I probably know what it is, but I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Are you muted? I can't hear you. Do you guys hear him? I don't hear him. Uh-oh. You're muted, brother. I can't hear. Can you guys hear Dante? Is it just me? Yeah, you're muted somehow. I don't know what. Somebody said Holly muted you. No, it's not muted on this side. It's got to be your equipment or something, because you're not muted. Oh, Holly. Ooh. Can't unmute. I can't even unmute her. Holly, if you could hear us, get back, because you're muted.
What's up? I didn't mute him.
No, Dante's muted. That's
I
so
know.
weird.
I didn't mute him.
Okay. While he figures it out, Holly, what was your favorite game from the showcase? And don't say Gears of War.
The favorite from the Xbox showcase.
Yeah.
The Magician.
Favorite game. Magician. That was a good one. It looks promising.
Well, sorry. Magician and Clockwork. Clockwork is like my ultimate Xbox showcase game. But Magician is very, very close, and then DMZ.
Oh no, just one. Two.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't do anything different. I didn't have nothing muted on my side, but back.
That's so weird.
Back.
All right, so Dante, your game of the show. Holly just said that hers was Clockwork and Magician, kind of tied.
And DMZ.
Yeah. I think I got a 3-way tie for me. It's gonna be Gears, Fable, and Clockwork. Those are my 3 favorite ones. Those are they were all just really fire, so it's kind of hard for me to just be like, because like Fable really showed me something that got me, like I was excited for it, but it like reinvigorated my excitement for it. Clockwork I've been on that ever since I first saw it. I thought it looked really dope, and everything I see from it continues to impress me. And then Gears just kind of blew me out the water. But all of them, like have been living up and exceeding the expectations of what I want to see from them. So to me, it's like a 3-way tie between those games.
Yeah. Would Gears have been one of yours, Holly, or you're not a big fan of Gears?
I love Gears of War. It's one of my absolute favorite franchises.
So what did you think about Gears of War? Like, what did you think about the
Well, do we want to wait till the other person is here to talk
if he shows up? I don't know at this point.
Oh,
if he's gonna
can I say my surprise? Because I always want like at least 1 or 2 surprises.
Yes.
My surprise, like I wasn't expecting anything about Hellblade at all. So to see that it showed up and to learn that it's being a little bit more focused on combat as opposed to just like kind of narrative, like that's exactly what I want to see in terms of like take it to the next step, right? You already got the atmosphere and the visuals unlocked. The thing that you really need is more gameplay from people who have critiques from it, right? So that was like kind of like my surprise. I had no expectation that it was anywhere in development, and then boom, it's there. And I'm really, really another one to throw in there that I really am enjoy seeing and the direction that they're taking it is the Plague's Tale game. Like yes, finally a Asobo, like because I think they're visually they're pretty amazing too. But for them to basically say, yeah, we're kind of switching up the formula a little bit, and it's a little bit more combat focused as opposed to just like stealth focused. That impressed me a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
I can appreciate that. But graphically, what was up with like the stiff like fighting mechanics? Like it looked like when she was stabbing, it was kind of like really stiff.
It's kind of new for them, but still, like I say, it's like a step in the right direction.
They can iron that out.
Yeah.
But I do definitely appreciate that they added more elements to it than just hiding behind stuff and running.
Yeah.
Because it kind of felt like Hellblade too.
Am I muted again?
No.
Okay,
you're good. I think that my surprise, besides the exclusive stuff, for a game being shown was honestly State of Decay 3. I didn't think they'd show that.
Oh, I knew it was
Just because it was
they had to
alpha
show
and
it.
everything. And I'll say this about it. I had a different idea for State of Decay. I've said it here before. I'm sure you guys heard me say this 1,000 times. I wish they would add like factions and real like people playing with you or against you in different factions. So that way, like you can either team up against hordes of zombies or fight each other along with the hordes of zombies and that sort of thing. Kind of like an Ark Raiders meets State of Decay, you know, with zombies and stuff instead of Ark. That was my vision for 3, but that's not happening. It's more like 2, which is fine. At least they fixed that damn run animation. That run animation from 2 was awful. Hopefully they could, you know, have this kind of bug free, because I know the 2 had a lot of bugs when it dropped.
Yeah,
I know they fixed it since, but it was
Yeah.
really bad when it first dropped. So hopefully they get this right. And I think they will. It's in early access and stuff. So people can help shape that game. And I'm a big proponent of early access games. So they need to keep up with that before launching. But that was a surprise. I did not know that was going to be there. And shout out to Yadani and his wife, Angela. That was like a most anticipated game for her at the showcase. So she got to see that. So she was real happy. But yeah, I not the order run. Dude, that run in State of Decay 2 was awful. It was just god awful. Anyways, yeah, Gears E-Day doesn't look like it has that wall bounce anymore, which great. Even the run is better. So shout out to Gaz, by the way. Gaz tells me, I don't think they changed enough in Gears E-Day. And I said, what are you talking about? All those things that you might think are small that they changed, the sliding, the jumping,
Huge.
the freaking level changes in cover, that is going to add to it so immensely. Like, it's going to make it quicker, smoother. It looks way more fluid. I think Gears, what they've done with Gears is incredible. Look, I was so high with Wolverine and with some of these other games I've seen at the other showcases. Gears destroyed them all for me. Gears absolutely just made me think of nothing but Gears. Like, I want to play that today. That's how good it looks. I will not take any of Gears slander. I'm sorry. Just won't do it. It looked amazing to me.
Yeah, it's fire.
Senua, that combat was a bit of a surprise for me, because here it is. We're looking at this Hellblade 3 thing, or this Senua thing, and I'm like, oh God, here goes another walking simulator. And all of a sudden she's running into combat and actually fighting people, kind of God of War style. And I'm just like, what? What is this? So hopefully it is good. Hopefully the combat's really good, because I do like the studio, what they used to bring. Enslaved was a fantastic game. Heavenly Sword was a fantastic game. They know how to do combat. And
they've been putting out a bunch of
direction.
stuff too, specifically talking about like revamping and the focus on combat and making it more interactive, and actually bringing in someone, I forgot who it was, but bringing in someone for some of the combat elements as well. So it seems like,
but Dante,
that is a focus.
I know, but we got to pump the brakes, because they said similar things about Hellblade 2, that they, even the animators,
I felt
MMA
Hellblade 2
classes.
combat was better than
just
Hellblade
like,
1. Hellblade 1 combat was just kind of like, regular kind of like hack and slash. It was a little rudimentary. This one there just wasn't enough combat encounters. I thought the combat was fine. There just wasn't enough encounters in 2. So if they up the encounters plus add to the combat, I think that is
for
what
sure
people would probably want from a Hellblade game to make it more enjoyable.
Mo, look, no disrespect. You like the game. I your opinion is valid. For me, I did not. I thought it was just boring. It was mostly walking, and the little combat it had was just okay to me. It was barely passable. I don't know. I just didn't care for it at all. This looks different though. This looks nothing like the combat we saw in 2. So we will see. But yeah, so Gears looked incredible. Freaking Senua visually looks incredible. What other games did they have there, guys, that you guys thought looked really good?
Well, a game that I thought looked kind of interesting, and I'm curious to see what it's about, was that cult game.
The cultist game. I was just gonna say.
I'm just curious as to like
what was the name of that?
Like, a part of me wonders too. Join us. A part of me wonders too, is there something kind of Cthulhu about it? Because there's like, it seems like they're being like the join us. It seems like something is kind of influencing that, and there's a part where they show where it gets a little bit kind of trippy, and you see like a bunch of tentacles, which are really Cthulhu-like. So part of me wonders if it has some kind of tie-in, and maybe they're kind of keeping that a secret, or not really coming out and saying it. But that one, I'm interested to see what that plays like.
That looked really interesting. At first, I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then it had the whole like, become a cult member, and they were like one group was getting beamed up into a UFO and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is pretty crazy. I might have to try this. It looks pretty wild. I want to see what it's about.
Yeah, I thought it was probably something Far Cry related at first, and I was like, is this Far Cry related? But yeah, it turns out no, it's not. So
no, it wasn't, and I don't know. It looked really good. It looked interesting. I'll say that. Really interesting. What about Resident Control 2, Holly? Your favorite developers?
They look good.
They're not your favorite devs, are they? What are your favorite developers, Holly?
Arcane.
Oh, Dante.
Yeah.
I have to watch the slander for Remedy.
I love Remedy.
So I only like Max Payne. That's it. From them.
Yeah, I love their games. I love Control. I love Max Payne. I love what's the last? I can't think right now. My brain's fried. But yeah, I just love the world. I love their world building. It's weird. It's creepy, but I like the vibe of it. I know it's not for everybody.
But got boring.
It's definitely in it for me. Nah, it's good, man. It's good storytelling.
Yeah. What do you think about the Resident game? Look good?
Yeah, it looks good. It's more melee. So I'm kind of I really love Control with the service weapon. So that will be an adjustment for me, right? Because everything seems like it's going to be melee for however his service weapon works. But yeah, I'm hyped for it. I'm gonna dive into it as soon as it releases. So
I'm looking at the games list from there, and one that really shocked me that they showed, because like honestly, like everybody I know that's played it hated it, was the DLC for Mafia Old Country.
How's that? That was a Summer Games Fest, wasn't it?
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Summer Games Fest
showcase, wasn't it?
No, the Summer Games Fest showed the DLC for Mafia, the Old Country. This
list is wrong then, because it tells me right there. Yeah, it tells me it was there. So anyway, what did we think about the Doom DLC?
Dope.
Holly? Shirtless?
Dope.
Doom guy?
Mm-hmm.
Holly's all about that. Holly's all about that.
Cool face?
Mm-hmm.
Jiggle physics?
Are people wait? No one's pissed off that his helmet's off?
I am.
Oh, Holly is. Holly's
no one's like, why is his helmet off? Thank you, BT. Alan Wake, thank you. Appreciate it. That's the game I was searching for.
And screenshot.
Hell yeah. Let's get that. Let's do a screen capture here. There we go.
Was the now it's got me confused. We've watched so much. Was that Power World thing 1.0 there, or
that was also at SGF?
Summer Games Fest.
Yeah. Why is it in this list of Xbox Showcase
somebody lying
games? What the? This is AI. AI
lying on you
sometimes.
AI lying on you. Yeah, Power World was at Summer Games Fest, which was kind of like, okay, cool.
What about where was Spyro? Was that Summer Games Fest?
No, that was That was at Xbox.
Okay.
Because that's
What'd you think
that's
about
Activision's
Spyro?
thing.
Holly loves purple in video games, and he's purple.
I've never played a
Holly.
Spyro, so I don't have like the nostalgia for it. But I can imagine anyone who has is like, finally, you guys are doing something with that IP. And on top of that, I think you need kind of like that accessible game for, you know, like the younger kids and stuff who want to play those type of games, or just people who don't just want to play like, you know, kind of these, you know, serious shooters and narrative focused games, right? You got to have that kind of that variation. So it was good to see that, like, okay, cool, you guys aren't just basically just kind of in one particular lane of the type of product that you're releasing. You're kind of giving something for all the different types of subscribers who are within the ecosystem. So, you know, use those IPs to get those type of more casual games out to people, because they, you know, never know, they might take off.
Yeah. And who is the developer for the Spyro?
Activision
Blizz, right?
Activision.
That's their wheelhouse.
Yeah, I could hear you barely. So is Rare just going to be making Sea of Thieves
for life
DLC? Because
unfortunately,
I wanted to see like an announcement or something from them.
I really wish they'd do something else. I'm tired of Sea of Thieves. It's cool for people who play it, but it would be nice to have a team that does the updates and something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Like, here's a team that's, you know, and then on top of that, like, you can bring people in who can cut their teeth on that as well, right? But you gotta, like, I think you're big enough that you should, like, Obsidian had several projects, right? Why do we not know if Rare has several projects that are actually making it to market and not getting canceled?
Yeah.
Because I would imagine they're not small, right? I'd imagine that they got 3 close to Obsidian size, if not bigger. So,
yeah, and I know it's highly speculated and rumored that in a couple of weeks that there might be some mass layoffs going on at Microsoft as a whole, as well as other companies. By the way, it's not just delegated to Microsoft.
Continuous theme, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, a lot of it due to AI and stuff. But I'm wondering if we will see any studio closures, or if they just kind of trim some studios. And I think that might be more likely. You know, just trimming down on the developer support, which still sucks. Don't get me wrong. I don't like hearing about it, but man, I don't know, because I just think of companies like I think of developer studios like Rare that like are just doing Sea of Thieves stuff, and I'm like, will they be gutted or something? You know, I don't know. It's weird. No, Mo, these rumors have been around for quite some time, since like November, to be honest, that they were going to happen in July. So it could very well be I would say 99.9% it's happening.
Well, Diggity, I hear what you're saying, but they can't, man. Those things generate revenue. Like, we've been kind of saying that for a while, that like, you guys should have something separate for, you know, Sea of Thieves, Flight Sim, Fallout, etc. But there's a reason why they have to do those, because literally it's just continuous revenue, right? Like I can't even talk because I'm subscribed to like what's that Fallout subscription called, Holly?
Fallout 76.
But what's the subscription?
Oh.
What's called? First, I'm subscribed to Fallout First, and for a while I was subscribed to ESO's thing, because I used to play a bunch of ESO online with my boys. So I get it, right? You gotta throw those us people like me a bone. Even when I see them, I'm just kind of like, damn it. It kind of like, when I see Bethesda and then it's just Fallout 76, I'm like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just know they're gonna be like Fallout 76. And like, I know it. I'm like, but please.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
What?
It was literally the smallest amount of those in any game show that they've done. It was the smallest amount.
I agree.
It was,
and I believe that they need to include them. I don't believe they should take them out. I think they gotta show
complaining about it this year. It's wild, because I'm like, it was barely noticeable that those were even there at all this time. Like, it was not a big block like it has been in the past. It's like not really a big deal. It's the same thing as you seeing a trailer for a game you just don't like. Like, just move on.
Nerds, you nailed it, right? Like they have these successful live service games. You just can't ignore them and sidelight them and be like, we're not going to mention, especially on your showcases that are going to have the most eyes on them, right? You can't just sit there and be like, hey, we're not going to talk about you at all. So
you know what could be done is they can do what some other shows sometimes do, and they have like a pre-show leading up to the main show, and they could show those things there,
like the 30-minute pre-show or something like that.
Yeah, they could. Because I know a lot of people, like, even though it makes a lot of money, when you think about all the casuals and stuff watching the showcases, when they see stuff like that, they're like, it's Fallout 76. Oh, it's ESL again. I hate this. Yeah.
I mean, I tell you what, I probably would care. I would probably care even less. And I know this is a huge ass. It'll never happen, or it won't happen for forever. But like, if they brought those games up to modernize them a little bit, right, where they don't look like they're old character models, I'd probably care less, right? Be like, oh, cool, you're bringing these character models into the future, right? But I know that's a huge undertaking to do that. So it's obviously it's cheaper to kind of develop the way they're at with the existing engines and whatnot. But I'd probably care less if you kind of can give me something shinier.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I overall though, like, what would you give the showcase, Holly? Like, if you had to give it a score, what would you give the Xbox showcase?
It's probably a 9.5 to me. I really thought we were going to see a Fallout 3 remastered presented. That wasn't there. Senua was really a surprise, but Hellblade's not my jam. And I'm actually kind of disappointed because we found out afterwards they canceled Project Mara, which was supposed to be kind of their horror game in a different world. Yeah. I would have rather seen something different from Ninja Theory than another Senua thing. Like, it would have been nice to have something in between, right? But instead we just are getting another Senua thing. And then
speaking about Mara, before you move along, I'm thinking that maybe Mara was too close to maybe what they were doing with
Kojima.
Hellblade.
Kojima for OD.
Or maybe Kojima even. Like, what I'm talking about is maybe, like, how they like to try to talk about, like, Senua hears voices and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that was more another project to where they're like, trying to shine a light on some other kind of, disability or mental disability or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what they were like. Nah, let's not do that again. Let's go ahead and move on. Something else. But
I just, like, Ninja Theory does amazing things, right? Like, they are actually an incredible studio. I just don't really care for Hellblade that much. So
they used to make,
for me, I would like to see something else out of that studio that's not Hellblade. So
I wish Sony didn't own the IP for Heavenly Sword. I would love for them to bring that and modernize it.
Well, for those reasons are why I'm cutting it down from a 10, because I really thought there'd be like, they just have such a missed opportunity with the Fallout TV show and not having a Fallout game, even if it's a remastered, coming out in either of these seasons. No mention of it, nothing. Like, come on, man. And we know you have a remaster in the works. So I mean, as much as I love Fallout 76, I know that's a me thing. I know that's a niche genre, and there are a lot of people that play it enough to keep it going, but it's not what they should have. A remaster or a new game, and we know they don't have a new game, so a remaster to go along with the TV show, especially with the new Vegas tie-in that they had in the last season, et cetera, et cetera. So the fact that wasn't shown was a disappointment to me. Super excited about the Doom DLC. I was surprised to see State of Decay because I thought we weren't going to see it.
Same.
The one thing and Clockwork, of course. The other thing is that besides Senua, there wasn't a new major surprise besides the console. There was no other new major surprise. So I can't give them a 10. If that makes sense. Like I have to knock it down a little bit because the only like major surprise besides the console, which was a surprise, was Senua. Everything else was just kind of revisiting what we've had. The exclusivity thing was great. I love that Clockwork is exclusive for me. That's my most anticipated game from them. So that's super cool. They're gonna drive console sales. I don't know about that, right? But Matt Ball said, we're gonna have a dip in sales for a limited time because once we plant that flag in the ground and people start to understand that, we're going to have we're going to have less sales at the beginning, but people will know they need to get an Xbox to play those games and then the sales will come back up. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Dante, for you, brother, like what would you score this?
Yeah, I think me and Holly are in line. And we actually was saying this at the show too. But yeah, for me, I think there's like 15 games. I think they said there was 25 that they showed over the course of the hour, and at least 15 of them were like games I'm like, yes, I will be playing or I want to play. I'm highly interested in playing. So to me, that's you've done your job, right? Because I go into every show knowing like I'm not a Persona player, but I understand that there's a huge audience for that, right? So I go into every showcase knowing that there's going to be some stuff that may not be for me, but is it objectively still a good pickup for other gamers that are out there, right? Because everybody is the same type of gamer. And even with that being said, I still came away with about 15 games that are like, damn, I definitely want to play that. I really wanted like one surprise, and while Senua was a surprise, I knew that they were supposed to make that like a trilogy, and so I wanted a surprise of something that I did not know you guys were even, like a new IP, right? That we had no clue about. If I would have got that, or if GTA would have made an appearance, then I would have given it the 10. But so for that, it's 9.5, just simply because I think from an overall showcase perspective, it's good to have some known commodities and then something that the audience didn't even know that they wanted, right? And I feel like that's the one piece we didn't have, which is we didn't get something that we didn't even know that we wanted. That would have been a new IP coming from them. Not
Wolfenstein
like Magicians was new, right? But that's not them, right? That's another studio. It's third party. So something from one of their studios that would have been a shock, and a completely new IP would have made it a 10.
Wolfenstein 3.
Yeah, that
7.5, Boba.
So
really?
I thought it was a really, really good show. I don't know what show Boba was watching, but then again, maybe different taste in the types of games that we like.
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna hate on Bubba. That's his opinion. But yeah, 9.5 for me.
Nice. So, Epic, you're 100% right. I was also surprised by Wolong 2 being there. I'm a huge fan of Wolong. I remember playing through that game, beating it. I remember everybody, when that game first dropped, everybody was trying to beat that first boss in the field. And I remember so many people dropped out of that game at that first boss because they couldn't beat him. And I remember beating my head up against the wall until I did. So shout out to that. Like Wolong, so excited for that one. Wolong 2. And Mo, that was another surprise for me too. Persona 6 being there on the Xbox stage. Not only that, isn't that going to Game Pass?
Yeah.
I think that's day one in Game Pass.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not a Persona fan, but you know how huge that is? That's massive.
Valamortis was a surprise. Sorry about that. I was just seeing Big Mo. Yeah, you're right, Big Mo. But yeah, I agree, Fonz. That's big.
That's a huge one because you've got Sony guys jealous of that.
They've had all of the personas though in Game Pass. I wasn't surprised that was going to be in Game Pass.
Well, that's the new one though, right?
Yeah, but they had the remakes that were new, right, in Game Pass too.
Yeah, but they're still the older games. Like, you know, people have already played them. Like when Persona 5 was in
5 wasn't.
People have already played it for years. Like, 5, yeah. 5. I don't think it was day and date in Game Pass. I think it was like on Sony's console first. I want to say. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah, I was shocked that it was there, you know. So I gave the show.
Yeah, what do you got?
I gave the show a 9. Okay. I think
that's pretty high praise coming from Fonz. That's pretty high praise.
I think it was the best. I think it was the best show of the week by far.
Agreed.
And the reason for that is they not only showed a bunch of games that I did like, and it was shorter form than SGF, but Gears. Sorry, Gears stole the show for me on any stage this weekend. Nothing freaking topped that. So I was at an 8.5 at the showcase. Okay. With everything that happened, I was at 8.5. But I rewatched it this morning. And after rewatching it, just seeing the show itself and only the show, it was a 9. It was a 9 for me. And it got that extra half a point because you know how it is when you go to the showcase, you have them come out, talk a little bit before. You're just sitting there waiting in anticipation. And even between trailers, you're talking to the person next to you or whatever. So sometimes you miss a little nuance with a trailer or something, or you miss a portion. So when I got to finally just watch the show itself, it was a 9. It was a 9. And also 2 years ago, I gave that show a 10 because I truly thought that one was just fantastic. And that's when they actually announced Gears E-Day and all that. So that one was a little bit better, but this one, 9 all day.
If they would have had, solidified it. If they would have had GTA showing there, that if they would have had a good show in the GTA, that I think that you would have been like 10, huh? Because like no one else had it, right? And if they're like they somehow managed to get it on their showcase in the weekend.
But brother, like when they showed E-Day in that direct, eyes were glued. And then this morning I rewatched it on an OLED, it better fidelity, and it looks even fucking better. And I'm just like, my eyes were glued that whole time watching that direct and everything and going, dude, this is amazing. Like what they've done with that game. I can't wait for Gears. I don't care if you think I'm a fraud or whatever, but I'm telling you right now, I've always loved the Gears franchise. Even the ones that everybody hated, the woke Gears and everything. I had a blast with their campaigns. Same. I did not, I did not complain.
Same.
So
can we?
They make a solid product, man. They're just really, really good. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Holly.
Can we talk for a minute about DMZ?
Oh yes.
Go ahead. Yes, you have the floor.
I don't want to overshadow. I feel like that was a great showing for COD, and I know people are generally like, "Oh, here you guys go. You're going to show COD at the end of the what's name." We always see COD, or we've seen COD the last couple years now. But that made me interested in COD. Where if it's always for me like a given, like, oh sure, I'll play it because I enjoy the campaigns and I enjoy some of the multiplayer. But I was kind of like, this looks really fire. Well, I was like, I looked at Holly right at the end. I was like, okay, they got me right. I was a little, that wasn't on the fence, but I'm like, all right, you solidified me purchasing it. So, you got my money. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year.
Yeah. And I don't know if everybody caught it, but like, man, there was a 1 or 2 times where I like literally jumped in my seat because it was so like visceral. It was like, like it caught me off. Like when you die, the first guy dies like in the first minute of
the dude
that
who goes into the wind where they're like, hey, don't split up. I'm just going to check something out real quick.
It's fine. Nobody's here. And then he dies. And I don't know if you noticed, but from every moment forward from that, you're not actually watching the player. You're watching from the dead guy's perspective in the helmet cams of his team members, which is huge. Like that's a really cool thing, right? So if you go back and you watch it, pay attention. You're actually watching from the helmet cam. And so, I mean, damn it.
That's what what's name do that? Is that kind of from Ready or Not? Does Ready or Not kind of do that? Where you're watching from like the helmet cam?
Ready or Not does that, but COD's always done that too. Just different.
Oh, and I know they've always been good with the sound, but that sound was incredible in that theater with COD.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah, it was.
crap.
It was.
That shit was
so
going off
intense.
everywhere. It fucking jump scared me.
Me too. Yeah. It was so intense. And like, if you played DMZ 1, this looked completely different than anything from the original DMZ. It just looked flippin' fantastic. And you know they're going all in on this because extraction shooters are in and battle royales are out, right? So they already had the bones, right, for an extraction shooter through the original DMZ. So but they didn't really support it very well. And I think this time you're just going to see huge support for this DMZ.
Oh, it sounds like a lot of people that it was received very well by the COD community.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, COD does this a lot, right? They'll have one that's just kind of like crappy to the COD community.
Yep.
And even though it still sells and it's like the #1 seller, but the next year they redeem themselves and they come out with something that's really good and they've done it again.
Yeah. It's like a cadence, right? You know, you have a couple fire years, maybe have a little bit of an off year. You still sell gangbusters, and then people are kind of like, oh, COD's dead. And it's like, all right, perfect. Let us cook for a year, and then hey, COD's back. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the cycle. It happens like every 3 to 5 years.
That way.
Yeah, always.
Danny Passion, thank you for the 2. You're 100% right here. He says you won't see
I agree, Danny. Wait, you don't think we see it at
no
Gamescom?
No.
No, they'll have their own show.
Rockstar traditionally just does their own thing.
Rockstar's like
that's my favorite development studio.
We don't need none of y'all. We'll do our own thing.
They're my favorite dev studio. And look, you know how Lotus Holly always sends you that you can do no wrong? That's how I am with Rockstar. They can do no wrong. So they could have their own show and they always get the views. They always get people tuning in. They don't need anybody else. And will it say captured on PS5 Pro? Yeah, for sure, DJ. I think they will do that. They will have some captured on PS5 Pro, for sure. But they didn't use Sony Stage, even though they have marketing rights. It doesn't matter. They don't need anybody else. Somebody said something. Oh, it was Epic Treasure. She said, I'm still weird about Fable. I don't know why. And I'll tell you this. I don't know if you've played the older Fable games, Epic, but I would say try to play them, or at least go to not 3. 3's kind of the worst one, honestly. At least 2. I would go to 2.
One is good.
First one's good, but it might be a little too dated.
I played it recently.
So I would say 2 maybe, but 3 wasn't that great. I still played it and enjoyed it. The thing about Fable is that it is weird. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. And I love how they're showing it, to be honest. Like, I'm kind of tired of the whole, oh, it's woke, it's this, it's that. Like, I'm tired of that narrative going on for every single game we see.
Lazy arguments.
Like, who cares? Like, don't you like how they open up with all these different heroes in these trailers and stuff, and they're talking?
Their perspectives.
I find it really cool. Yeah, I find it really cool. I like that. And it fits the Fable vibe so freaking well. And then they showed a lot of gameplay in there, and it looked good to me. I don't have a problem with Fable. I think Fable is going to do just fine. I will be buying that day one for sure. But yeah, Epic, to your point, it's not meant to be taken seriously. This is like just a really fun romp through a game. You can do so much within. You can marry so many different people, have different houses, like just insanity ensues. Kick a chicken if you want, but I'm telling you, it's she did love the original. I think it's still going to be that way, Epic. But I love how the heroes, talk from their perspective at the beginning of these trailers.
I think it's great. I'm digging the tone. I'm digging how it visually looks. It is, if they nail kind of like the complexity of the different types of relationships and your you know, whether you played, you know, kind of good or bad, or the decisions you make, if they nail that aspect to go along with its visual prowess and if it performs well, they may have, you know, like here's the one thing too that I'm like, in terms of their strategy, right, when it comes to exclusivity. Let's say they couldn't have pulled Fable, but let's say Fable does really, really well, right? Let's say it comes out and it does really, really well and it performs well, etc. That only whets the appetite for whatever, you know, their sequel is, for people to then sit there and say, well, damn, you know, if I want to play this game, I do have to get it on either Xbox or PC. So, you know, I think that's why it has to show well. It's show really good as well, because it will then give incentive, if it's really good, for someone who has a PlayStation to be like, well, whatever the next one Playground does, I'm not going to see it on the PS5, and maybe I need to get something else to play it. So,
yeah. I so far, I think it looks good. Can't wait to see more of it. I understand why you're on the fence a bit, but I say let them cook. They're doing a good job. I think February is going to be a fun month with that game. And there was something else that was already announced for February as well.
Well, there's like 3 things.
February's getting
crowded. There was isn't Code Veronica, or not Code Veronica? Isn't that in February?
Yes,
I think
Veronica.
that's in February.
I think it's February. That's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was one of the Final Fantasy, I think, is February.
Yeah. But Epic, to your point, she said maybe the delays make her paranoid. Yeah, delays do that with me too for games. However, you got to think about it. Everybody's trying to avoid GTA 6. Everybody. And you don't want to put it out even in October. That game would get swallowed. September, of course, it would get swallowed. Even in December, like, I hate games coming out in December. I don't hate the games. I hate that games come out in December. It's a terrible time because it's out of the loop for like game of the year that year. So the next year, it's just usually not even involved. But not just that, it's usually like thrown there for a reason, I would say. Some bad games have come out historically in December. But also because GTA 6, they most likely will launch the online portion that month in December. That's what I'm thinking. I think when GTA 6 comes out on the 19th.
Just a month?
Yeah, for sure. That's what they've done with GTA 5. Yeah. It was like a few weeks. So I think that'll happen. And then, you know, you'll have people playing that through January. That's why you don't have a January game. Like, you don't see a lot of games announced for January. It's February.
There was something that's January 15th. By the way, Dante,
it some time.
Did you see that there's a major DLC update for Dragon's Dogma 2 coming October 9th?
Because I feel like, I did everything in that game. I got the real ending.
Right? Dark Arisen, I think is what it's called, October 9th.
Interesting.
Same, Dante. I did the same thing.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in that one. Got the legitimate ending. So, okay, cool. Interesting. I had a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah.
Danny Passion says that February has Metro as well. Oh, yeah, that's right. The new Metro.
Right. Yeah.
That looks fantastic. Can't wait to play that one too. But I'm with you. I like Dragon's Dogma 2. It was so good. Danny Passion, thank you for the 5. He says, Fonz, if Rockstar posts a single pic of GTA 6 on X, I bet that we'll get more traction and engagement than all 4 showcases combined.
That's true.
100%.
Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Rockstar just has to say hello to people and oh my God, Rockstar is freaking out here. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Rockstar has that kind of, that aura, as the kids say. Crimson Desert is what Dragon's Dogma 2 should have looked like. Oh, man. Without the wonky controls. Jesus. Yeah. Like, look, I loved Crimson Desert. I put 260 hours. I beat it. But the controls were ass. And that will never change. in my opinion. By the way, I did talk to people probably hate me for saying this, but Ty Guy Travis from IGN. I like the dude. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
Anyways, I was talking to him about Crimson Desert, and you know how everybody was mad because he gave it a 6. But he said there's things they could absolutely do to the control scheme that would have made much more sense. Like, for instance, not having the jump button the same button as picking up items. That was stupid. But
yeah, I agree.
I mean, and that's something that's left in there. And he's like, there was another one too he mentioned.
I'm jumping when I'm just trying to do something simple, and I'm jumping around like, why is this idiot jumping?
Hopping right in place.
Yep.
And so, yeah. And he told me, he was like, I'm supposed to re-review it with all the patches. And he sent a message to Pearl Abyss and was like, hey, is this it for the patches? Because I want to make sure I have the definitive edition. And this was about couple of weeks ago or something, and they told him, yes, go ahead, start playing it again. And so he did, and he told me he just finished it the day before I talked to him, and he said, and you know what, I'm not going to re-review it. And I was like, what? He's like, nope, I'm just going to put like an addendum onto my first review and say it's still a fucking 6. He has spoken.
Damn. He
doubled
down.
Doubled down on the 6.
He said, I said what I said.
I don't know if I should have. Should I?
I mean, I don't agree with him. I would not play a game over 200 plus hours that I feel is a 6. I would have abandoned it like long time ago. So I don't agree with him at all.
In hindsight, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about like all the time I spent in it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I stopped before I got bored, and I gave it an 8. Despite its controls, but I still think the controls were ass. If the controls were better, it could have been a 9 to me.
Red just said that they just finally released a patch to allow controller customization.
Good.
Yeah, I got to give that dev team credit because they were consistent with constantly putting out stuff on a week-to-week basis, it seemed like. So I mean, if anything, hats off to them for that. Obviously, the control stuff was a little too late for anyone who was playing it as long as I am. I'm not going to go back and replay it and change the control scheme, right? But yeah, I still had a shit ton of fun with it. So
yeah. So did I. That exploration and reward system is so good,
so good,
really good. Red Wolf Renegade with a 2. Thank you. I appreciate you, Red. He says, Fonz, grow out your beard. Thanks. I can't grow out a beard. It's all like patchy if I do. And it's not, it's not good. Yeah. The wife didn't like it. She said, no. Soccer says it's a 5 with those controls. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I guess, Zocker, you are very patchy. Like your eyebrow. No, I'm just kidding. Zocker, you can't jump on, can you? Yeah, I think he was too busy. Anyways, I think that's the end of the show, guys, because honestly, we had nothing else to really talk about. We talked about it all. It was a great freaking time at the showcase. If you want to, if you have any stories to share at all, you can share some stories about being out there. Is there anything that was cool that happened to you, Holly? Anything eye-opening that happened to you out there?
Red said Zocker's beard starts at his eyebrows.
Goddamn. Damn, Zocker, get up, son.
Ooh,
Fight back. Fight
That's
back, son.
Dang.
Get up. Damn. Red Wolf murdering.
Well, Friday night I went to after Summer Games Fest, I went to the IO Interactive exclusive
The event for
party
007.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Lucky you.
And when we were in there,
Lucky.
they had an Aston Martin parked out front, which was pretty cool. And it was at the Roosevelt. No, it was all like barricaded off.
Roped
I
off.
put a toe over the line of the barricades, and the security lady goes, "Can you not?" And I was just like, I'm not even trying to touch the car. My toe was like this far over. It was it. She was just like, anyway, so we went in and we're sitting there, and one of the first things they announced was the original 3 Hitman trilogy was being remade. And I was like, Red is gonna freak. Like, because you couldn't, you're not supposed to talk about stuff that you hear in the thing. But then literally I looked down at my phone and Red's in the chat. Oh my gosh, they just announced the Hitman. So it must have been like timed right with the announcement in the event that we were at. And it was really cool. And everybody got little Hitman rubber duckies with the little suit on and the barcode on the back of the rubber ducky thing. But then they had a couple of like an hour and a half presentation, which was really fun. And then they had a rooftop cocktail party with a photo booth and this woman who was singing with a small piece band live. It was at the Roosevelt Hotel, which was really nice. And so we went upstairs and did that on the rooftop of the Roosevelt for a while, and then went to dinner. And that was a really, really good time. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. And then I went to Play Days on Saturday and played some games I can't talk about. But it was really
talk about them. Just talk about them. It's okay.
This is really cool.
All secrets here.
Look at that. Freaking Soccer 87 just busted in the door.
I did. I totally ruined Holly leaving after like 2.5 hours of being here.
I know.
I totally did. I saw Red Wolf basically call me a fucking dwarf. Had to come in here. My eyebrows do start at my, my beard does start there. How dare you, Red Wolf?
So do you shave in between? Do they connect?
Nah, they just fall off naturally. I just demand it.
Oh, okay. You just demand it.
That's like a snake every once in a while.
Just gotta, I'm just a snake.
So Zucker, I don't know if you heard earlier, but I want to get your take on this. So there were people in my chat, one in particular, that was like really like hard on Asha and just stating
the name.
It's not her that's doing it. It's not Asha. None of this is Satya. Without Satya there, then they wouldn't be doing this. And what's your thoughts?
Satya put Asha in. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, there's a reason, right? I mean, it is what it is. Satya, I'm up. I'm right here, bro. I see you. I know what you're talking about. Talking that shit. What am I to say to Red Wolf? That he lived up Colt's ass? Don't go at me right now. I'll kill him. Sorry, Red Wolf.
Zucker is a toddler.
Zucker is a toddler.
Zucker loved my tweet with your photos, Font.
Dude.
Yeah, so did I.
Did you see the Red Dragon tweet Sunday morning?
No.
Yeah, I showed it to you guys when he put my face on there, and I said he was trying,
Oh, I didn't see that.
Getting.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I just laughed. I saw Holly's post with you with the X arms. I was at work. Yeah. I legitimately laughed out loud. I was like, she did my boy dirty.
The problem with
Fonz,
AI,
did you do the X arms?
That
that's all I got to ask. Did you do
no,
Of course he did. Yes, he did.
No.
What's that? Was that AI?
When you look at AI, you could always tell because the arms are fucking long as fuck. And I'm like, dude, I'm not 6 foot. Like, I'm not
Fonz can tie his shoes without.
I'm a midget. All right. Yep.
You
exactly.
are small.
Anyways, so that's the tell. But anyways, yeah. Anyway, Red Dragon tried to talk some shit, but at the end of the day, he just got like people just came at him in that thread, about it.
Shit.
It was like, what are you doing posting other grown men on your
Fonz looked so grumpy in that pic. Fonz looks grumpy in every pic.
Yeah, do you know why I look grumpy in that pic? Because right before they did it, Aaron yells out, "Throw up the X." I'm like, oh shit. That's exactly my reaction.
Did he do that at every picture? Because it looks like you need to take a shit in every picture.
Yeah. We're not talking about
Dante. You're
drops,
muted,
sir.
Dante.
We're not talking about legendary drops, sir.
Dante, we can't hear you at all, brother.
That Rodecaster is all kinds of problems.
But the funny part about that picture too is like my face, like, and then right behind me is Hargeet with the X. And I'm like, there it is.
You leave Hargeet out of this, bro.
Leave Hargeet alone. Yeah, there was a few people.
You leave
behind me.
Hargeet out of this.
Oh,
God damn
There
it.
we go.
that's
Yeah,
good.
I don't know what's going on, but Dante's mic keeps going out. I can hear you now.
Good.
But yeah, I did. I remember 2 years ago we went and they said throw up the X, and I did it, and I got so much shit for it
You did.
from you too, Zocker.
I didn't say anything. I would never. I would never say anything.
I said I would never do that again. Never.
That's rude, Ollie. I would never do that.
Never will I do that.
I saw him do it. Just
I know you did. I saw the picture.
not in a picture.
I saw the picture. It was you. I saw it clearly. So what'd you think about the showcase, Zucker, for Xbox?
Sorry to take up your time, guys. But yeah, no, I thought it was great. I think it's one of their best shows. And the bigger thing is the messaging after. They don't sound like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It sounds like they have a concise message across the board internally first, and they're conveying it out externally now. Matthew Ball's speaking very well. I'm actually going to make a video about it for tomorrow. Like, I think it just feels different. And when you have social media people, other people online, other people on YouTube, saying it feels like there's this different energy with Xbox, like that feels hopeful almost. It's a good thing. And not just like us, not people in the community, not people that are Xbox fans or anything like that. Like Luke Stevens, a couple other people have mentioned it. I saw Legendary Drops. He's like, it was so great day. And I saw his little picture. He was happy. Like, everybody just seems like they were having a good job. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they did well.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job of showing the 2 exclusives instead of 1. And like I've said, next year is going to be the tone setter of what they want Xbox to be. The next showcase.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I think. I think we're going to get some tidbits at the Game Awards. This was a good first step because this was the best show. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The Summer Game Fest, it was all right, but like they ended it with Final Fantasy, and I don't like anime and shit. I'm like, dude, what? And a lot of it was like all this anime stuff, right? Like, I'm just like, I don't care. This isn't my vibe. And then I'm getting chainsaws and freaking Doom and all. I'm like, yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I like the show a lot. It's like there's like 20 games there that I'm gonna play all of these. So Dante, your shit is fucked up.
I don't know why he keeps going in and out.
It's the cat, dude. He's mugging you in the back. I see him.
Yeah, he's like pulling out the cord.
He's pulling out the cord.
Do you like that Omni movement came to Gears?
I like the new movement completely. I've said I was on Mooch's show. I was on Mooch's show, and I basically told the same thing. I want it to be. I said I gave it a comparison to this, but not this extreme. The Outsiders, where they had a very fast movement, abilities, and stuff like that. Then Gears of War, something in between, and that's exactly what they did. They gave us a little bit more movement, a little bit more verticality, whatever, and then just and then that was a tongue twister, and they just killed it. I thought they really did well. They showed well, and the tech team, man, they know what they're doing. 7 years of like what they said was a blank hard drive. They didn't waste any time, man. That you could tell, like, that's a 7-year project that they did. Banger. So whatever money you have invested in the coalition, Xbox, don't fuck it up. If you touch them, we're gonna have problems. We're all marching on the gates.
Facts.
I
so we can hear you now.
Zucker, I told you, Zucker, that I played a demo for the Halo campaign involved, and it was so smooth. Like, they must have got Coalition's help or something. 100%. It was smooth.
I mean, the Coalition has helped multiple studios. They helped Undead, I think.
Yeah.
Undead Labs, and then now they helped Halo for sure because of UE5.
Yeah, I think they're the preeminent team for UE5 right now at this point. Like, I think they're just putting out the most solid use of it and taking advantage of like its different tools and making sure the game performs well.
And just so people know, the reason why they started with a blank hard drive, a lot of people might not. I might be completely fucking wrong. But the reason why they started with a blank hard drive is because Epic just announced UE6, and if you've noticed at UE6. A lot of Rocket League, it's just Rocket League that they announced it for. they put a lot of the assets for like racing, stuff like that in Fortnite from Rocket League, all of that. All of those assets were redone for UE6 to be compatible with Rocket League. So they were on UE4, skipped 5, went straight to 6 on Rocket League. And when you do that, that's why they had all those layoffs, I believe, because a lot of the assets were being made already. And so they're done. And now they're going to have a smaller team do that. Before, they had a shit ton of people just pushing those assets out. And that's what they were working on. Coalition's doing the same thing. They started from the beginning so they can take those assets and take it to UE6 later. They wanted to build it from the ground up. They didn't want spaghetti code systems from 20 years ago. They wanted to make sure that it's done properly right now. And so that this can like last for years. A little bit of a tech
for
side
sure. By the way, I want to answer your question, Danny. Let me add this. Let me add something.
You getting
here.
a special edition? Fonz's not getting one. He's giving it out for free.
What? Okay.
Damn. 1, 2.
Things that never happened.
1, 2, 1, Pete. What?
Badge. You will be getting one for free later this year.
Okay.
The green 25th anniversary.
Yes.
This is my first showcase. I know that so many of you have been here with us for the last 25 years. So if you look down and you have fan on your badge, you will be getting one for free later this year.
Fan on my badge. So that answers your question. Yes.
If anybody that didn't have fan on their badge and is media and has one, they're complaining little bitches and beg for one.
Well, they
Remember
did.
that.
Some of them got-
Some of them might have done that. Remember that.
Some did.
Some that were media begged for.
Some
a
is
free
in
one.
one for sure.
So
Yeah.
anybody that you see that's a media
One for sure that we know of. One for sure.
Supposed to go to the fans, not the media.
Mm-hmm.
Just so everybody knows.
That's
We also got a code.
Someone tried to barter with me. They're like, "Hey, so what would you get to swap these badges for a moment?"
like,
yeah. So
hey, tell him
it's
$1,000, bro. What's up?
What's up?
Oh, bro. Yeah, exactly. You want a green Xbox? I got one. I'll keep it completely sealed for you guys. 2K. It's yours.
You're gonna be, dude. You should do a live stream of you like barter, like doing the little auction.
Just an auction, bro. 35.
Sold.
25, 30, 35. Okay.
And then if it's not the
sold to
price-
Serif's a lot for 3,500.
Water Egg 39.
Water.
And if you don't like
30.
it, if you don't like who's bidding, or if it goes too low, just act like your stream failed and start all over.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear anything.
Oh,
I can't
God.
see anything. Oh, shit. Gotta do it over. Them's the rules. All right. Get naked. Anyways.
What?
Dante.
Fuck are you saying to me?
Dante. Oh, he just left. I was going to ask him what he thought about like if he had any story.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Anyways.
Yeah, but I got a story.
Yeah.
I got a story.
Tell us the story.
Wait, Dante, were you there? Sorry if I'm.
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, I was there.
Cool, man. Okay,
Yeah,
good time.
so what had happened was, so last year obviously they skipped, right? So they skipped last year.
Yep.
And then our boy Ben was like, look, we still let's do something for the fans. So we put together our own show and basically had like a good probably 100 maybe people came out to ours. It was pretty cool. And then so Xbox was like, yo, since you guys did that, we want to show appreciation to the actual fans who came. We're going to let you guys basically invite everyone who came to your show. They get a ticket to this year's show. So like, yeah, we were all able to go together, which was really, really cool to kind of get like a bunch of people that we've been interacting with for forever on Twitter and inside of the community to actually meet up live in person. So that was just like hats off to Xbox and their team for basically, because they didn't have to do that for us and they came through for us. So yeah. And I don't know if you guys know, but I won an Xbox. So if you didn't win an Xbox, too bad if you didn't. So that's my story.
Very humble, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. I want an Xbox.
Before you go, like one of the other things that they talked about, I thought was really cool because I had heard a little bit about this at other fan fests, but it really hit home this time. Was that they were talking about the first time they really did a fan fest in like 2017 or 2018, whatever it was at E3. Aaron Greenberg and Tina, it's not Tina Meany, it's somebody else, came out and was talking about how they've been doing these for a while. They said the first one, they said they came out, they went to dinner, and there were already people lined up outside, sleeping outside overnight, waiting to be the first ones into the show that they were going to do. And they were so surprised and so impressed. They like went and got him pizza and got him some breakfast and stuff like that, and was bringing it to them in line right that night and then in the morning before. And those handful of people that were out there all night long, they have put them on a permanent list for them to always
fan
be able
fans
to
for life.
Fan fest.
Yeah,
I thought that was
and
really,
two of them
really
were right
cool.
in front of me, and they were really hyped when they got the consoles.
So they have like a fan fest for life, like
for life.
that?
Yeah.
Fan fest
Yeah,
for life.
forever.
Like they're just on a list. They're on a
Yeah.
list, so no matter what,
We're-
once it comes up and they apply, they're going to get in.
We're jumping them.
It's
We're
really
getting those
cool.
I know,
badges.
right?
we're jumping them.
them. We're getting
We're
those
taking
badges.
them.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
So interesting about the badge, though. Okay, so the fan here, I was curious about that, and before she said anything, I was looking at it and I was going, okay, this is odd, because the last time we went 2 years ago, if you remember, it had our name here, like whatever name you put down, Fonz, whatever.
Yeah, your gamer tag or
And-
whatever.
Yeah, and this time it just said fan. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then she announces it, and I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, smart.
That's
Not
why
bad.
they did it.
You're like, that's why.
That's why.
There's a method to their madness. Yeah.
Yes. She said, you get an Xbox. You get an
Honestly,
Xbox.
it was like some Oprah Winfrey shit.
It literally was.
Dude. Yeah, because everybody around me was like, oh, I got to have that. I'm going to buy that. I know I don't need it, but I'm going to buy it. It's probably going to be $800, but I need it. I need it. And then when they gave it away, those guys were just like, oh, just freaking had the biggest orgasm of their lives. It was insane.
I mean, watching Gears, that was a pretty good. orgasm.
Gears was
You
the
played the
highlight for me,
multiplayer?
too.
I play everything.
Yeah, what did you think about the new Horde mode?
I said it in my video. I made like a full video about the Gears stuff. I literally was like,
She
first of
didn't
all, they
watch.
just casually dropped 12-man Horde, and then that was it. And I was like, hold the whoa, it's like 12 man. What does that mean? It's like, show us some of that shit, because I'm gonna yell at my
12 man.
friends. They're gonna fuck up, and I know they are. And
Mhm.
I can't wait to
Horde
yell
mode's
at
my
them.
favorite mode too.
That's
Yeah.
I literally finish the campaign every time. I start the campaign first because I don't want spoilers. I go through it, and then
Same.
I go into Horde mode so much. I go into a lot of Horde mode because I just
Same.
like
I
it. like
get
building,
dragged
like doing all
into
that.
Horde mode from friends. Like, I don't want to go, but they're like, you're going.
It's
Come
so
on.
good.
Get
It's
on.
still
Get
good.
on,
It's
get on,
still
get on.
good unless you
PvP,
spend money on some
Yeah.
stupid shit in the later rounds, right? Because
Drag
Well,
it
no,
in.
because I like the campaigns. I'm not necessarily into horde modes in games. The horde modes I don't care about.
You don't deserve
But
the
it's
fan.
good in
You
Gears.
deserve the
It's
fan.
really
badge.
good.
The horde
I mean,
modes.
but that
But
is
dealer
the
used to
horde
always
mode, right?
pull me
That's the
in.
granddaddy of the horde
Yeah,
mode.
it
You know
is.
what I'm
Kind
saying?
of is, yeah.
That's
I remember
the
number
horde
2 when it
mode.
came out in Gears 2.
Yeah.
Everybody was
It-
like, yo.
I'll
Nobody
say
does it
I'll
better.
say it's
Yeah, exactly.
it is the best horde mode. I will say that because I didn't like those freaking zombie horde mode games that they would play. I
I like
tried
Call
them
of
and I was
Duties.
just like,
I like the old ones because I'm a massive World War II fan. So like
Mm.
zombies from World War II coming at me, I'm like, this is cool. I like those, but Gears is by far like the pinnacle. But I never have people that want to play. After a while, like I'm like ready to keep going, and my buddies are like, I'm gonna go play Counter-Strike, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
play
because like
some
like on the
Diablo.
last ones where to do the 50, like you're sitting down for an hour or so, right? It's not like, yo, I got 15 minutes before I got to, like, nah, if we're doing this,
Yeah,
it's at least a good hour before anyone's getting done. And if we wipe,
Yeah.
we're screwed, right? You don't pick up where you left off at 49 or 48 or whatever the case is. So
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that 12-man horde. I just can't wait to see everything. I think the game is going to be, I think it's going to be one of those kind of moments in Xbox where you're like, they knock this shit out of the park.
I'm
It's
with
going
you,
to be a
Zucker.
big game. Same with
everything
Clockwork.
about that game is just looking like it's going to be a hit for them in all the best ways, right? In terms of like
100%.
its story, its performance, and commercial success. So, yeah, I'm looking. That was it's one of my most anticipated ones from what we saw.
And by the way, for anybody that's a deep Gears fan, Karen Travis, if you don't know who that person is, who she is, she wrote, I believe, the first 3 Gears of War books. Asphalt Fields, The Slab, I forgot the third one, but those books are fucking awesome. And they dropped her name during the Dev Direct, where they were like, "Oh, Karen Travis is here helping us." I'm like, "Yo, you're there. They know what they're doing." Like, because they're going back, and that's kind of where she wrote a lot of the characters, where you get to learn a lot of them. Those books are great. So people like they brought in everybody for this game, and they're like, if we're gonna go back in time, we need to get Karen Travis, who kind of set the foundation of what Gears is from, I guess, like the prequels, right? Like back where the books came out. She's an awesome writer, so they're not fucking around. Anyways, that's a little tidbit if anybody didn't know who Karen Travis, because they dropped the name.
Yeah, it's really I don't know. Gears looks fantastic. The 12-man thing does kind of throw a wrench into it, right? Even somebody like me who may not like horde mode all that much, that's pretty interesting that you can have 11 of your buddies.
They said
just know that there's friendships that have been made and lost in horde mode. You got someone buying the wrong thing at the wrong stage and spending the money, and he shows up late with the mulcher, and it's kind of like, yo, you could have bought, like, what's that one little machine you can get into? I forget the name of it, but like, he comes up, but I got the mulcher, and it's like we're about to get ran over. So yeah, you can end some relationships in that. So a lot of yelling.
Ollie, if you want to play with me, I will curse people out. So
awesome. Yeah,
she don't care about that. Except though that she's like, "Hi everyone, how you doing?" Even if it's a PvP. How you doing?
I do not.
We're just trying to. No, you do that in ARC. You do that in ARC.
No, I don't. Well,
hi, we're just trying to
player
grind.
until they shoot me, and then the C word and all other kinds of words come out.
I'm one of the people that when I see somebody, I'm gonna go kill them.
Well, we won't play ARC together, but we will play horde mode together.
Come shoot me.
But that's
Call
the
of
thing.
Duty,
I'd rather. No, Holly, you would rather him try to shoot you right away rather than try to trick you and then
I don't mince
out.
words, man. I'm not like, hey, let's be friends. I'm like, headshot. What's
gas,
up?
gas.
Yeah.
Like gas, shoot people in the back.
With him ever.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Well, Gas can't aim for shit either. I played Apex with him. Trust me. It's like watching Stevie Wonder play.
Shit! Shots fired.
Damn.
Shots fired. That's our homie. We're about to do a podcast with.
Listen, I love the dude, but damn, I was doing ranked Apex with him. I was like dropping 4 people, and I'm like, "Where are you?" He's like, "I don't know, bro. If I don't got a gun, mate." And I'm like, "All right, dude, shut up."
Got a gun, mate.
You're like, my teammate's over here. Come kill him.
I just was like, kill him. I don't care. He's not doing anything.
Yeah, you kind of got the accent, but the voice is a little too deep or a lot deep.
High pitch, like I got kicked in the nuts.
You got to sound like you're like an old lesbian. Then you're perfect. That's what you got to sound like. Anyways, that's Gas. Anyways, so how are people doing, everybody?
End the show. I know I let it go on a little longer, so you're about to end it. Let's get these people some sleep.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. It's already freaking almost 3 hours anyway. But I want to thank Dante for coming through, because Dante, I've never had you on the show, and it's
it's first time for me, man. Great being here though.
First time, man. Yeah, I remember my first time.
Dante, I don't know if I ever met you. It's a pleasure meeting you, buddy.
Many moons
ago.
brother.
We've been in party chats before, Zocker. This is our first time meeting on stream though, but we've been in party chats before.
Anyways, but yeah, tell everybody where they can find you and what you're going to be doing next on, other podcasts, or I know you do another one. So
yeah. So catch me on socials, Dante J Moody, and then Fridays you can catch me with my great friend That Blue Number on the Infinite Podcast with our boy Riskit, and that's on Fridays at what time we go, Ollie? What time we start? 7:30. 7:30 Eastern currently right now. 7:30 Eastern currently right now.
There you go.
So yeah, check us out on that if you ain't doing shit on a Friday and want to listen to some good cool kids talk games.
Well, Saturday morning, mate.
On Saturday morning, mates, for those of you in Australia. What's my terrible Australian accent? There we go.
It was great.
Put it up on the board.
Red does a hell of an impression of Risket.
Red does a
does.
great impression of everything. Red's amazing.
Yeah,
His Risket impression is spot on.
Oh my God, it's spot on. He's like Kangadoodle.
Especially when he talks about Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh, yeah. He tried to get me to slip up there. I'm not doing it, sir.
We're not
Zocker, let everybody know where they can find you and what you're doing next on your channels.
Why'd you say it like that? I don't even want to answer anymore.
Gotta answer it now
because I
feel fucking violated.
I'm sweet on you. All right, go ahead.
All right, dude. Zocker87 on YouTube, Zocker87 on Twitter, and every platform. Zocker87, you guys follow me there. Been making videos, popping them out. Gonna be another one coming out tomorrow. Brought out 2 this week already. 1 for Gears. I just wanted to go in a deep dive of Gears. And then another one talking about strategy that Xbox is doing, basically declaring war on every platform, because that's what it sounds like. And then tomorrow, another one regarding the strategy. I feel like you can make like 19 videos with the way these executives are talking. It's insane. They have so many interviews lined up. So, yeah, look out for those things. And Fonz, thanks for having me on, brother.
Of course. Next time, come on a lot earlier. Like you get on like last half hour.
I literally have a wife that's due in like a day or 2, bro. Like,
that's no excuse.
Man, take care of his family, brother.
Yeah,
taking care of his family, bro.
No, I know. I'm like, he's like, where you at? I'm like, bro, I'm with my wife.
Where you at,
Back
bro?
up. You're more needy than she is, bitch.
Oh, fuck. Well, you do a good job rubbing my feet, ho. Anyways,
those alligator feet, you fuck.
Yeah, you love them, bro, and you put that lotion on, it feels great. Anyways, Ollie,
sorry, Ollie,
let them know where they can find you.
Take us home, Ollie. Take us home.
Take us home, because this is getting weird.
I'm that blue number on YouTube and Twitter and pretty much everywhere else because it's a unique name and it's all mine. So I am going to be starting to make a ton of more content because I met Jake Baldino in LA and he followed my YouTube.
That guy's kind of like that guy's kind of movie star looking in person too. I was kind of like, yo, dude, you
what does that mean,
back up, bro?
Because he followed you, you're gonna make more
bro.
content?
You're little just came in all handsome, like, hey, how you doing? I'm
yeah,
who you are, bro.
Person that he is on camera, man. Anyway, very, 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 very nice person. But it like invigorated me to be like, yo, get your shit together and start making
your shit together.
Content.
Ollie, I've been wanting to tell you, but I didn't want to be mean.
Thank you. Damn. I appreciate the feedback. Anyway, so and
Jake is like that though. Jake will talk to you about your channel and try to give you advice. Yeah, he does.
I hope he does.
He's really cool, dude. He was really personal too.
He was very, very cool. I need help. So anyway, so until I figure out what I'm going to do,
know that, Holly.
Throw a bunch of stick and wall. Thank you. I'm gonna throw a bunch at the wall and see what sticks. And I am gonna start playing GTA 5 very, very, very soon because I never played it, never played a GTA. So if you want to watch that,
never played it, never enjoyed it.
Give me a follow, and we'll do that. And I'll be.
If you need any help or advice on stuff, you can let us know.
I do, because I don't know who I am and what I want to be.
Guy.
I'm not that smart.
Be you. Be you.
I'm not that smart.
Be you.
I can fake it till I make it.
Anyway. I want to thank everybody for showing up live and everybody listening after the fact. Here's the thing. So June 20th, myself, Zocker, and Gaz will be doing a brand new show on, we don't know whose channel yet. Maybe Gaz, maybe we'll talk about it. But anyways, we're going to do a brand new show and it's going to be called
Friendly Fire, baby.
Whoa.
Friendly Fire.
Pause. Hold on. Pause. Pause.
There's going to be a lot of fire.
There's going to be a lot of fire. And shots will be fired, but we're going to remain friends. That's for sure. Yeah, we have a lot of banter behind the scenes. Me, Zocker, and Gaz, we get into it almost daily about just gaming and random stuff. And we're like, this should be a podcast. And then we kind of previewed that a couple of weeks ago, and the clip of me and Zocker arguing went viral. And we're like, people honestly thought, like Cognito asked me at FanFest, "Are you guys still friends?" I'm like, of course.
Jeez.
That's how we are. We literally yell at each other.
Wait,
all
people
the time,
thought that
and
we
then,
weren't friends anymore because of that?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Oh, you
bro,
guys are fucking
that's
soft.
us. And then Cog was like, "Oh, if that keeps up, you're gonna kill it." I was like, "Yep," because he's like, that little clip went viral, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's so much more that would have went viral that we've had behind the scenes. Like, there's so many conversations we've had where it's gotten heated." And it's been amazing. Like, and then we come together to some sort of resolution, like almost every time. It's fucking wild.
That's what friendship
We'll
is.
just be out here.
That's
and
what
then
we're
just
Care
come
Bears.
together. Yeah. I'm like sunshine.
And just so everybody knows, I was right. I was right during that argument. I was right, completely right. all the
Fuck
way
you.
through.
You're not right.
Bonds was fucking wrong.
Because
He
I
was wrong.
said in the future it could happen. But here's the thing. What we didn't know, Zucker, we didn't know that they would go full exclusive. Like, we did not know that would happen. I didn't know Asha had the balls for that, bro. She does.
Oh,
She does.
as if someone told you that.
So, bitch, you didn't tell me that. Anyways, with that said, I want to thank everybody for listening. And until next time, game on.
Peace.